All right, going live. There we go. I believe. Yep, I am live. Hey everybody, welcome to Saturday Live. No bonnet yet because I'm trying to. I did Bantu waves because I want nice bouncy curls this week, and I'm trying to let them fall down a bit because they were nice and tight. So that's why no bonnet right now. We're going out tomorrow, so I wanted to have a cute style for when we go out. Welcome to Saturday Bonnet Lives. I am Kalari or 10, whatever. I go by Kalari on here though, and I'm just gonna say quick hi to everybody since I'm starting a bit early. Boo Squeezy, Skinny Queens, Tragically Dear, good to see ya. Panda Pondu, Capricorn and J, 31 Frames, and the Gags. Seafood Pie, wow, 5 a.m. Thank you so much for sitting in. Blondie, good to see you, hun. Raven Autry, it's always good to see you as well. Migsy, Valerie Valera, it's good to see you too. Hey, according to Heather, it's good to see all of you. And I am going to be straight up with all of you. Yeah, I guess I'm that Kalani lady that triggered the heifer. I was not going to deal with her nonsense this week at all because she's really on some fuck shit. But we had such great edit work from three of my favorites, which I'm going to show soon. And then I seen Choiix did some amazing artwork. And there's a little cameo from Oh Lordy is Jordy. So we're going to cover a bit of the heifer. Then we are going to move on to somebody who I really do feel like when you see her, I covered her a bit last week. You'll know why I'm going to probably start covering her more. Hey, Stephanie. Oh, it's good to see you, My 500 Pound Life. If you have not followed My 500 Pound Life, please do. She's been doing her own series of fitness videos and fitness streams, and she is amazing. It is fun to watch her journey. Thanks to Skinny Queens React, was thrown her way, and I love it. Hi, Big Turks and Quick Turks. Oh, I love that name. Stephanie, it's good to see you. Amanda Baby, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much. I love Bantu knots because I don't have to sleep in curlers. You just twist your hair up and then pull it out and pull it free. And by tomorrow, it should puff out a bit more. So I have a nice little curly, almost fro-like texture, and I'm excited about that. But I just wanted to welcome you all to this weekend uh, shindig because yesterday, you know, my monthly friend came, and I'm not going to go into details like the gross heifer does, but it put me out. My stomach and back were kicking my butt, so I had to postpone my Bonnet Chronicles because there's no way I wasn't going to sit in front of the camera. Today, I'm back in the room. I got the heating pad ready if it flares up, but so far, so good. I had a good salad, oatmeal for breakfast. Unlike the heifer, I don't believe in putting myself in damn near ketoacidosis just to prove a point. Hey, Marmaduke the cat. Hi, Brioche dear. Ursinate, it's good to see you all. But we're going to get ready to get this party started because there's a lot of the happening just thanks to my favorite editors. And we are going to get started first and foremost with Choiix after I take down this meme because I just thought the meme was funny. She has to have all the carbs just the ketoacidosis demon get to her because you know how Foodie do. But we're going to start with Choiix with a little cameo from Oh Lordy is Jordy, another person I like to listen and lurk to his streams and lives sometimes. I really do like his take on stuff. And he's way nicer than I am to the heifer, but you know me. I can't be nice to people I don't like, and I don't like the heifer. But we're going to do this quick 2-minute paint with me because you know how Choiix do. I love their work, so please consider giving them a follow. They are close to 1,000. A few of these other people I'm going to feature are too. Let's get them there.
Thomas the Tank Engine. Is that like that children?
Yes, it's the children's train,
Is that like
Jordy.
the little engine that could?
You got babies. You'll be watching that soon. I love Chuck's laugh too.
Yeah. So like this, like Thomas the Train, for example. Like, you know, you see how like Thomas the Train. It's just like its face. Like you can't see Thomas the Train.
I love the detail that Choice puts in this. Hey, Mudslingers, happy Saturday, hon. Oh, no. And being based in England, I believe, they definitely know. I used to have to watch the show with my kids. It is a weird cartoon type thing. Them train faces creep me out too. Yeah, my son loved this, Bob the Builder, and a whole bunch of noggin shows too.
So, I mean, from like
wow,
styling yourself kind of view, if you can put it behind fabric, that might be the move.
Yeah. That was Choiix. That was brilliant. I love their artwork and style. She did promise, because she's been doing some stuff from Coachella. Beautiful K-pop artwork. But she said she's not going to leave Girl War hanging too long, and she did not. She did a great speed art of Foodie the Tank Engine. But we're going to roll right along to one of my new favorite editors of Chantel's Nonsense, because even though I've seen this video twice now, both in Frenchies and now in the YouTube Underground, I need to give my take on this. She's had a whole week of fuckery, and we're going to get to some Jade Speculation Station as well. But this, if this doesn't make you want to put any kind of carbs away from your face or body, I don't know. So we are going to get to 31 frames, who, thank God, edited this heifer's nonsense down to a palatable 12 minutes, and there will be a lot less eating sounds, thank the gods, because I can't take it. The whole Canada thing has been her eating this stuff. So this was yesterday's lunch live. I'm gonna use this right. There we go.
Oh, meal up, everyone. I have a turkey sandwich from a bakery that makes the best.
I'm not shitting on bakeries. I think a lot of bakeries do their best to use natural ingredients. We have a farm fresh one not that far from here. I don't partake because I can bake myself. But when I seen the size of the bread alone, I was just like, your Beatus don't need that, honey.
Freaking sandwiches in town. So check this out. Wait a second. Whoa.
I'll take your word for it. Oh my god.
It's a turkey and cheese with lettuce, mayo, and butter on whole wheat homemade bread. It's like
not to pause so quick. Look, I know there are some countries that like butter on their sandwiches as well as mayo. I think it's way too much fat, especially saturated fats. It's not good for your cholesterol. It's not good for your arteries. And it's definitely not good for this heifer to be this. I get that a lot of people swear by it. There's no offense to you if that's the way you jam up with your sandwiches. But I do think that given her comorbidities, having mayo along with butter is a bit ridiculous. Hey, Grateful Little Farm. Helen's easy off. It's good to see you both. Hi, Tish. I just don't even understand it. Mayo and butter.
Hold on a second. J-Mel, yeah, that's a sandwich. Stephanie, what in the YouTube? Yeah, Kiki.
That's a couple of sandwiches.
Yeah, W. Let's try a bite. I'm like so hungry. Oh my gosh. Bismillah. Yeah, I have to eat the Kia lettuce.
Always
because it's the only
hungry.
vegetable I get. Hey, Lady J, it's turkey.
She has to eat the Kia lettuce. She ate lettuce that fell onto the seat next to her, which she's already spilling over into. That other butts have been in because she's been taking people around to buy her stuff for her 40th birthday. Like I said, there's a difference between those of us with home training who don't eat in the car in the first place because it's gross, and this heifer.
Stephanie, this is my lunch and breakfast, not rock bottom. Believe
Doubt
me.
it. Doubt it.
I found
Doubt it.
Tissue. I'm not gonna use.
Probably the gift bag paper. I'm with you, Stephanie. I think this is beyond rock bottom, though. I think she got under the rock, deep into the crevices of the earth. The fact of the matter is, you're sitting in your car eating a sandwich that could feed a small party. And she gets mad when people point it out, but just the bread alone. She could have cut that up into thin slices and had a couple of little thin slices and saved that sandwich for a couple of days if she wasn't such a binge eating Bertha.
Is my shirt. Tina, you had a turkey sub? Sorry, my bad. What? I didn't wake up at 2.
She might as well have gotten a sub.
Oh my god. I can't eat this. No, it's rainy and cool. The sandwich is on the big side, but at least it's like healthier. Like it's just whole wheat bread and like cheese and lettuce and stuff. Actually, when I lost a lot of weight in Katimavik.
Stop talking about Katimavik. That was years ago. Don't you have anything current going on for you? But even if that was whole grain white bread, because I do know that they do whole wheat white in some shops, the amount of sugar, starches, and just, it's not good to be that thick. You do not produce gluten properly because you don't take care of your type 2 diabetes. And you're trying to tell everybody that this thick-ass sandwich is healthy? If you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn, I'll sell you cheap.
Granted, I was doing very physical work. I purposely picked the physical job because I knew it would be a challenge. I didn't want an office job. So then when I was doing the job, I was like, why did I pick this?
Hey, Tara, mama, this is some bullshit.
Every day almost. We made homemade whole wheat bread, like thick, like this. Hummus, we made hummus, cheese.
I hope you
lettuce,
have a great
mayo.
Saturday too. Sandra and Stainless sounds great.
No
I love woodworking.
I'm not going on Ozempic again. Yeah.
Ma'am, you would.
So anyways, guys,
Ozempic wouldn't work for you because you're not taking care of your mental health. And yeah, I know. Allegedly, she went to a therapist and she just used that for her narcissistic point of view to say, "Well, they agreed with me that I should go to Kuwait and they validated my feelings." It's like, ma'am, it was an assessment. No therapist worth their grain of salt is gonna hit you with all the hard truths right off the bat. They need to talk to you more than once. And the fact that they threw resources at you for Kuwait means they were glad to get you out of their office. Just saying. If
what's
you
that?
really
No,
went.
Marie. Yeah, I gotta feel better, and then as soon as I feel better, I will give a lot of myself. Oh, the sandwich was. By the way, something I'm doing. I'm starting. This is like a restart. I'm restarting like a journey.
Hey, Capricorn, thank you so much for the super chat. She's gonna lie anyway. She often talks about how dirty the Kia is, but that didn't stop her from eating food she dropped. Yeah, she's a walking petri dish of getting sick. Even if people don't believe she got the norovirus, because I kind of don't believe it either with everything she's supposedly going through, she gets sick easily because she'll eat anything from anywhere. And welcome back, tragically. I'm just like...
something small but effective, like planning what I'm going to eat. Planning helps so much for someone like me with food, with my particular food issues.
No. Let's get it straight. You can plan once you have solid mental health help and you're not using food as a crutch or a binky or eating the size of a small country's worth of food every day. The fact of the matter is, routine does help. Every morning, I am up by 8 a.m., honey. That means getting a full night's sleep. You get breakfast, which is normally oatmeal and a banana or cream of wheat and a banana for me because it's the only thing my stomach can help hold down. Once a week, I do some eggs because they said get that protein in, get the vitamin D from the eggs, but I'm just not a big egg in the morning fan, so I got to work on that. Lunch is sensible. Like today, I had that nice salad. It was great. It filled me up. And then dinner is some kind of lean protein, vegetables, or if I want once a week, a carb-based dinner, like a hamburger on an actual bun. You can do it if you have the discipline and have somebody working with you like a dietitian and everything else. You, on the other hand, writing stuff in the planner and calling that planning your meals, get all the way the fuck out of here with this nonsense. Nope, don't buy it. You ain't selling me that nonsense. Hey, Drama Llama. Exactly. They didn't validate her. They just wanted her to express herself. I've been through it with therapists. I've been through it with psychiatrists. They want to see what mask you're going to wear with them and how they can get underneath it, and it takes more than one visit. I'm sure she complained about the last 2 years of her life. I'm sure she complained about her eating disorder and doing some of her past with the drugs and Canadian crack demon. But I'm telling you, a good therapist needs more than the first initial visit to get to understand you, get to know you, and work with you on your problems. She's full of carbs and lies, though. We all know this. A chronic diabetes sufferer.
Because I am like obsessed with food planning and food.
She's obsessed with food.
So this, I planned like in a neat little agenda, what I'm going to eat throughout the day. And so it's structured. It's still also structured, which is really good. And it's a bit of routine. And it also makes me like look forward to what I can have, you know, for the whole day. But it's
know what I look forward to most days? Getting up, getting my house straightened up if I need to, getting my fitness on, making sure kiddos doing their schoolwork, making sure my husband gets to work on time, and then I'm in here writing because I've got a second novel to get finished. I feel like looking forward to what you're going to eat is the main part of your problem, Heffa. But you don't want to hear that because your true love in life is food. And you get so mad when it's pointed out to you. But come on, you literally are going to write a planner to look forward to what you're going to shovel in your guzzle and you think you're going to lose weight. I don't think so.
Still, I'm trying to pick, like, I'm trying to eat, like, drink, like, only water, no diet soda, no juices, nothing like that. And
I'm drinking
like,
the bubbly
things like this,
again
like,
today because I love it.
Yeah,
the lemon
sorbet
sorbet is delicious.
So this big, huge sandwich, yeah. I was planning on having this for a while.
Nice
Man,
carbonated.
You have to eat this if you ever come in the area.
No, I wouldn't go to court and I wouldn't eat that sandwich.
I don't think they can make a turkey, but you're on Zoloft for clout. Look at this sandwich! Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. The bread is high in fiber. Anyway, I can't avoid carbs altogether because I don't want to have ketoacidosis.
She doesn't even know what ketoacidosis means. And as somebody with type 2 diabetes, you really should find out. But I'm pretty sure that sandwich ain't going to help you with your bullshit. But you know what else is high in fiber that you could have been snacking on instead? Plain popcorn. There are certain seeds and nuts that you could have had for the fillingness too. Gives you protein. Unsalted actually will work better for you too because you're already a sodium swell away from a heart problem. But the fact that she's joking about this is why I said nobody should take this heifer seriously on anything. I know, honey. Actually, Wolf, my husband, you're supposed to be doing your trading, hun. Hey, Enola Raven. I'm just so annoyed with the fact that she could say this so seriously and don't understand those of us who have been there. Like, seriously. I don't say it to brag because I'm still working on it. But being over 500 pounds was a wake-up call for me. And I didn't even eat shit like this. Like I said, pizza was my main vehicle of damage. So I'm not going to act like I'm innocent in this. But the fact that she can sit there and joke about ketoacidosis. And welcome, Jason C.
Oh, you get it? Stephanie, that might be about your best bet.
I don't know,
Delamoon.
And she's joking and she's smiling and she's happy. It's like a binky for her. I just don't get it. And welcome, Leona why am I getting your name mixed up? Leona Farna. And hey, Yellow Moon. I'm just so aggravated with the fact that she is just this happy over bread that thick. You can't even really see what else is in it. And then she was so sloppy that I was just like, I don't know if I want to cover this. But thank God 31 Frames did her editing magic because this is tolerable now.
Make their sandwiches like this. Okay, be honest. How many calories do you think this sandwich has?
Sans already answered that.
Well,
they said 1,500. Sansa broke it down to about 1,470 or 1,433, I believe. It's still too many calories for one person in one sitting. As allegedly your first meal of the day, which means you're planning a couple of more. This is why she is ballooned over 400. You can't tell me she's not. When she went to that Tiger Mart the other day, talking about, well, it only goes up to 3X, so there's not going to be much, if anything, I could fit there. If you were in the threes, like you said, you could fit a 3X, you liar who lies.
Hundreds. You know what? It probably does have a ton, right? When you think about it. No, I didn't need insulin. I'm going to go for a walk.
Lies.
For real. No, my blood sugar came down on its own.
No.
Yeah, Emma. Chicken salad is good.
The hospital allegedly released you with a 200. A normal glucose range is between 80 to 110, and 110 is pushing it to pre-diabetic state. You know how I know? Because I don't want to be diabetic, so I constantly get my blood work done and make sure that my glucose isn't over 100, period. And I rarely run over 100. The last blood test I had was a 76. So I don't understand this heifer talking about, oh, my glucose was normal. You haven't been under 200 yet. How the fuck is that normal? I just don't get it. Hey, Miss
It is
Marple.
on the bigger side. But even eating this and then a light dinner later and no
I'm
snacking
loving my
is better
natural
than
look.
what
My
I
hair has
normally
been
do.
growing
Really,
in
Jody,
so
80
healthy
calories for one
because
slice of
of
bread?
it.
So thick. Anyway,
And I just
they're very
love
good,
being
but yeah, I
able
don't
to
think
do
I'll
the
be getting one
Bantu
anymore.
knots and
They're very
just
huge.
have
Rock
curls
Quebec
without
City.
curlers.
Yeah, I think I'll
Hey,
definitely go
Brianna.
back to Quebec City. When I went there before, I loved it. But I was also partying and I was going to clubs like the Maurice or the Dagobah. Good night, Wilma. Hi, Crafty. Oh, the bank heist. Yeah, I heard. I
I
haven't
haven't
read
been
about
in a
it though.
club in
But I heard
over
about it. Riley's
20
Bakery.
plus
Am I
years.
full? Yeah,
I don't
actually,
miss
I'm
it.
good.
I'm too
That was like a
old.
breakfast and lunch combined. For dinner, I'll try to have like mixed veggies and something with it, like
We don't believe you. That was a breakfast and lunch combined. You didn't need a breakfast and lunch combined. You shouldn't have skipped breakfast. 3 meals a day, light snacks will do way more for your system. But, you know, it's more quantity over quality for this heifer.
healthier. Haven't eaten a sandwich from there. You're being rude. Why are birds always harassing me when I'm trying to do a live stream? That was.
You're in their territory, Big Bertha. How dare you? She gets mad at people driving down the road near her. She gets mad at people when she's in Kuwait, doing their own thing, going to work, having lives that she can't have. Now she's mad at birds for being outside. They're probably just stunned to watch you eat so much food, like us humans do. We just stare at you like the freak show you are.
So like that was so good. They have
the
homemade soup. They
nerve.
have good potato salad. They have tuna egg salad is really good. I don't know. They have a whole bunch of different kinds.
I don't like a lot of that mayo-based salads.
Just
You can't trust everybody's potato salad either. I'm just not big into mayo-based salads anyway. But for her to say the good potato salad, I don't trust her. She eats canned pastaroni. So I wouldn't trust any potato salad coming at her. She's the reason why my ass avoided potlucks when I worked in the office, and that you can't trust everybody's home cooking. And I used to dodge invites like the Matrix, man. Because you never know how filthy or nasty or people's taste buds are lack of.
asked for a cheese sandwich. You saw how they piled the turkey? This thick. Yeah, you can buy a pickle individually. I forgot. I know. It's a cheese sandwich this thick
You
with
need a
stacks of
pickle.
really delicious cheddar. Oh my gosh. It's too easy to be like, I'm more swollen here than over there.
You're swollen everywhere. I love cheese. I love cheddar cheese. I like a little Parmesan every once in a while sprinkled in my salad. Her obsession with cheese with no gallbladder is a recipe for disaster. It's no wonder she runs out her car from time to time having the fucking exploding poops. She's crazy.
Because I don't know, I eat more. I think. Man, they have some good things here. It's so hard. I'm signing up for
It's
this
not
program.
hard.
It's like a program for like binge eating. I never had the square croissant. Sorry, who did I miss here? Can we take a walk? I guess the channel's analyzing shadows and
guess.
thumbs. Huh? I didn't gain weight in Kuwait. No, the highest weight I've ever been was when I lived in Canada at the villa. Then I lost some weight, but I was always like, I was about the same weight. Like I was, I think, between 370.
She lost weight because she was doing a little sniff snow, if you know, you know. But the fact that she's trying to say that she is smaller now than when I seen her gyrating around, which we'll get to a little bit of that, I think, in Scorpio Angel's edit. Ma'am, whose eyes are you trying to deceive? Even with the filters, we can see that you're beyond the quadruple stuff Oreo there. In this black abaya with your face trying to spill out to free itself. So stop it. You're only lying to yourself.
5 and 380 in Canada, and then when I
She's
moved there, I'm
killing
like
me with
between
this.
360
Hell no,
at the doctor.
hun.
When I got weight, it was 3. So if you actually
Yeah,
look at the
Lisa
facts
Bear,
and
she's
not
just
you know,
swollen.
whatever else, but it's
Yeah,
still too
good
heavy.
to see you,
Still not
Scorpio
healthy,
Angel,
obviously,
dear.
like
She's
the health
crazy.
problems they come, you know. So
I mean,
have to like really
for real,
freaking
Lacania,
work my butt
bitch.
off, like exercising, and I'm at least sticking to my medical appointments, and I'm getting a lot of things taken care of.
You
There's
have
a few
to.
health
Your
issues I'm
mom's
getting taken
making
care
you.
of. I don't really want to talk about them. Like, I want some privacy when
Privacy.
dealing with my health. I just find it helps my anxiety. So yeah. So that's that. I have to take my medication now, actually. Cepralex. Eat less carbs. Travel to Europe. You should definitely keep things private. Yeah. Thanks, Golden. Hey, Golden Girl.
Golden Girl's annoying. I don't know who you are, but you need to stop enabling her. You're going to lead her to this grave.
Daydreaming about, actually, this is a Jolly Rancher, has sugar, but it's small. I was daydreaming about a double scoop of salted caramel ice cream. It's so hard in life.
So you're dreaming about ice cream while opening up a candy after you ate a massive sandwich. But we're totally supposed to believe that you're on this weight loss. I hate using the word journey. Like I said, I call my lifestyle change a quest. I am, instead of going up in levels like I do for my birthday, level 47's almost unlocked, y'all. I'm going to call the quest going down. So every time I hit a goal, like I said, I lost 4 pounds just this week. Going to the doctor, stepping on that bariatric scale. I know 4 pounds might not seem a lot to a lot of people, but when you have been as big as I am, every pound lost counts. The fact that she can sit there and talk about, I'm dreaming of ice cream. I'm eating candy. I'm eating an overstuffed sandwich. And then seriously out the side of her face, talk about changing her life. Sometimes you don't have words for the level.
I hate saying that. I take that back. If that's my issue, if that's what's hard, that's pathetic. When there's people going through so much worse. Ivana,
oh, did you see Snarky Priest read you for filth about what's actually going on in Palestine? Or how about Jade, who I'm going to feature soon as well? How about all of us who said war is nothing to fucking joke about, and there's literal families being destroyed and torn apart by what's going on in the conflict between Palestine and Israel right now? You have a lot of nerve, Heffa, and I can't wait to shred you along with a few others. But let me keep this going.
Two very important pieces. Ready, set, bees! Wow, Idaku, that sounds good. Ben & Jerry's peanut butter cup ice cream is your weakness. Sweets are not my favorite over salty or fried, but I still like some things, like salted caramel ice cream and a waffle cone. Or, I don't know, Brenda. Tell us a cup size. Thank you, Brenda, for the super chat. I was sick, wasn't it? Strawberry pound cake, hand cream. I just remember it being dark. I don't know. Going dark for a bit. I didn't do anything special.
Strawberry pound cake.
Wow, thank you.
My brain couldn't even formulate that sentence. Strawberry pound cake, hand cream. Now, granted, when I take time to go through scents, I do like citrus-based scents. Like, after I get a shower, I put on some lemon or orange oil because it smells clean. It's nice and light. I don't have to worry about the fragrances messing with my skin. That's the limit of semi-food-based scents that I would put on me. I don't like the sweet smelling stuff. She had some cotton candy shit she was spraying on herself. Now she's got fucking strawberry pound cake stuff. Everything she does is food related. It is insane to me, the levels that she goes through to do this. Hey, Tink Tink, I can't wrap my brain around it.
Amelia, it was a gift. Hot tea. You were Elventi? What video are you talking about, Taylor? Alice O'Brien, that sounds like a good idea. It looks like a tortoise. So anyways, guys, what are you thinking about the vlogs? Are they boring you?
They suck.
Oh, yeah, Taylor, I saw that. Lost
they suck. Your vlogs suck. You suck.
Oh, Salah. Yes, hi, babe. Oh, Pigeon. Hi, babe. Nice to see you.
You notice when my husband, who's supposed to be doing this training, even though I know it's boring, honey, is in the chat, I don't, hey, babe, him, because we're grown. We're in our 40s. That's weird. I mean, she tries too hard. And hey, and Mac Attack, it's good to see you. I just get annoyed because she tries so hard to prove what she and Scatman has is the real. But you don't have to go overboard with the, hey, babe. Ugh. I think he would come in here if I was doing that kind of weird-ass voice.
My life is lackluster. What do you expect? No, I'm just kidding. That's the thing. My life is not lackluster. And my
it
vlog,
is.
You just have to appreciate nature and stuff, you know? Thanks, guys.
Your life is boring. You're either sitting in a house in Kuwait or apartment in Kuwait, shoveling food in your face. You're in a car shoveling food in your face. Everything is food-based, and you manage as a mukbanger to make food so unappealing when people watch it that I don't even see the point of this. You don't talk about anything that's pre-20, 30 years ago. You're always bringing up past shit from elementary school and making up shit. Literally using fucking Degrassi as your life story. I don't get it. But to say that your life isn't uneventful because what, you visa run every few months? That's your level of excitement? Okay. Whatever.
Heck, you know, that big rock is cool. You seem sad and out of breath. I was, yeah, sorry. Okay, well, I'll do Q&A. What do you want to know? Hi, Melanie Lan. I'm not on Ozempic because I was before. And I don't know. That's just, I just came off of it and I didn't think about it.
What does she know?
I don't know. I don't want to be on any more medications. I'd rather just take my chances. That's my right. Hi, Violet. Hey, Emma Peel. Hi, Living Laura. Oh no, Drama with Your Mama. You should rename your channel Drama with Your Mama. French G.
He should name his channel Aldi's Montel Gets Everything Wrong, is still trying to bust his way in the girl world. Your clown jester is the reason you got this fucking strike, too. I need to remind you of that. You might have said I triggered you, but it was your friend and your little cheerleader that showed you my shit. Just remember, you got a lot of sharks circling in your muddy waters.
Called all reaction channels trash with zero content, and they should be shamed for...
I think I do a lot of content besides talking about you, Heffa. I'm the one that could get on my bike for 30 minutes and talk while doing weights. You could never. And the world does not revolve around you, even though you're getting to the size of a fucking planet.
to be monetized and collecting memberships. Really? Thanks for the super chat. I'm really having trouble comprehending.
Point blank, stop coin watching. But I'm going to put it here yet again because I thought about it. YouTube is constantly in my face. Oh, you can do memberships. Why? I'm doing this content anyway. You have supported me and my work so heavily. And once we get that big box of books, I'm going to be doing more giveaways. I'm not a taker. There's no reason for me to do memberships. This isn't the shit on people who want to do memberships. Do you? I just don't feel that I give enough or want to have to do the extra work to justify memberships. I think when you're doing constant streams of YouTube content, it's fine. But for now, I can only do 1 day a week confidently. So there's no reason to charge people to watch what I put up there. That's just my thing. I don't think I'm going to be doing anything super special that I don't want to show everybody at once. So no memberships here. I just, that's my decision. Do I want you to have cute badges? Yeah. I wish YouTube would give us a way to give badges without having to tie them to memberships. But eventually they'll cave because right now Twitch allows little things next to your people, whether they're paid members or not. And I like it. I'd rather have that. But I don't want memberships. I don't see the point to them.
By that, like, are you saying that she said that they're all trash channels? No comment. Man,
exactly,
no comment.
Queen Jellybean. No one wants to watch her by herself.
Taylor's new album. No, please don't. No one talk about Taylor Swift in here. Nice bubbles and marshmallows.
Another young woman she's jealous of.
There's never going to be another exercise ball bees. Okay, yeah, there probably won't ever be. And no
ball can hold you.
Why didn't you like Ozempic? I don't know if I remember if I liked it or not. Honestly, rain. It's like sprinkling, but it like starts raining.
And if some of you remember from Frenchie's stream the other night, which I'm trying not to laugh at. We all were traumatized by her fishnet stockings, Benoit ball. I think it was Benoit ball. No, that's the sex thing. That big ass inflated ball that she was doing really nasty looking exercises on. Now all of a sudden she never wants to do that again. Okay. All right, like I said, I needed brain bleach after that night, but it was kind of funny, along with the clothing try-ons, because good Lord. Get clothes that fit you. That shit looked like it was taking your blood pressure.
Hey, where did you go?
Cheekbones. Oh, good to see you, girl. Get that house clean and love you too. Oh my goodness.
Buster. With Buster? No, we didn't fall out. What kind of haul?
Buster never liked her. There's no falling out. Dog can sense evil.
Do we have to talk about Ozempic? I don't like talking about Ozempic. I don't like any of the following topics, okay, in my stream. Taylor Swift. Let's watch the numbers. Taylor Swift. Ozempic. No offense. What else? Diabetes. No.
Diabetes is because you got diabetes. The Swifties ain't coming after you. They're too busy fighting with Frenchie over making fun of some lyrics and stuff. I'm telling you, as somebody who watched the Bayhive go after people who like other, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B when they were beefing, their factors were crazy when I was on Twitter. Music fans can be nuts. And the worst people that you can get mad are them BTK fans. Now, not BTK, BTS, isn't it? BTK. I've been watching True Crime. But BTS is a brilliant band. But their fans could take it to 100 and 0 to 60. So, yeah, they're not the ones you want to piss off. Music stands are kind of dangerous when it comes to what you say to or about their favorites. It's crazy.
No, not Daniel Larson. Tracy. Yeah, that either, Taylor. Exactly. Keep going to therapy. Why don't you like to talk about
Why would you bring up Daniel Larson? He's another one with questionable background.
How are you? Thank you. Well, A+, you can ask me a question. Thank you. I look forward to your vlogs and life in Kuwait. Hopefully to see you in Thailand. Thank you. Mistress of the Dark.
She don't need to go back to Thailand. She ruined some
That's something like I want to do in life. I don't want to say my whole ambitions and plans and things, but like generally when I think of things that would make me happy is feeling accomplished and finally tackling like getting healthy, having a 6-pack and traveling around with my husband, my handsomest man.
Having a 6-pack, she said. You already carrying 3 kegs on your fucking stomach alone. With your push-up bra that's really just pushing up the massive mounds of nothing. Stop it. 6-pack. Okay.
And traveling around and going to different countries. If I ever
she makes me break the golden rule every time
I would
she
like
says
to live like in a nice country
this.
area. Like when I was growing up, sorry, she knows. When I was growing up, like the first house I ever lived in after being baptized as a baby was like Long Sault. I like that area. What you think about Just be showing body and fitness for.
Why do you remember stuff like that? You're a
No
baby.
But thanks for the super chat. Six pack. I'm telling you, I had a dream a few years ago when I was such a stupid dream. I was in this like opera house like a few years ago. I had a weird obsession with.
She had the dream about having 6-pack abs, y'all. I could hear like crickets chirping in my head. I'm not. I don't know.
I had these like weird dreams of being in an opera house. I cringe. I know. So then I was like running up and down the stairs like it was nothing and running around, and I felt so good. Like I could run I had so much energy. You know, I want to like build my body up so it's like resilient and healthy and strong. Not barely being able to go upstairs without dying, literally of heart failure. So that's like what I want to do, you know, and I keep reminding myself of these things. And in that dream, I had a 6-pack. I looked like Sporty Spice, like that kind of stomach. I swear. Okay, so I want to do that, and you know what?
Damn.
Like seriously. It will happen, trust me. You know
Sporty Spice, you think at your weight and all the years of damage without just massive reconstruction surgery, and I'm saying this as a heifer with loose skin, so trust me, I know what I'm talking about. You think you're gonna look like fucking Sporty Spice? It's the level of delusion for me. That's what really trips me out about her. It's the level of freaking delusion. Far be it from me.
Sit-ups, of course,
Sporty Spice here, y'all.
You know, be less bloated and stuff. And then
times 5.
You just need like skin removal surgery at the end of it. And then after that, a 6-pack will show. Anyone can get a 6-pack. We all have the same muscles. You'll need to give up the 6-story tall sandwiches.
Not even a 6-story tall sandwiches, but not anyone can get a 6-pack. Let's keep it 100 because I want to get back into actual lifting weights once the doctor clears the certain poundage that I want to start with. Because I do believe that I can tone up at least my arms and my legs and maybe firm up my gut a little bit more with weightlifting over everything else. Right now, I just do the 5-pound arm weights and that's enough for me. But it's a certain dedication. I watched a short the other day. Ooh, this heating pad got hot. Let me turn that off. Where this young lady was talking about why she's going off the training because it takes a lot to get that shredded. Your diet has to be completely strict. No carbs. She had to give up carbs completely. She had to work out several times a day. Full, intense impact workouts. Getting that cardio rocking. It takes a lot to get shredded, honey. And you don't have the discipline to even attempt what it would need. So you need to stop whatever the fuck this delusional dream of yours is. Get in a 6-pack, maybe a 6-pack of soda.
That sandwich did not hurt my stomach. Like usually when I eat like poutine or pizza or really greasy food, I have like really bad like bloating and like stomach ache. I just feel good. Like I ate like something good for me though. Like it doesn't hurt my stomach at all. Weird, eh? Yeah, true, Kino. Nope. We should do skin removal after weight loss. What? Yeah, listen to the doctor in Kuwait. Can you roll down the hill?
She's never gonna lose enough weight for skin loss.
Hi, Mina. Because the
skin loss surgery is a major surgery. There's a reason why I won't do it. It was scary enough going through the weight loss surgery, and then I had to have a hernia removed again because I was not listening and lifting way over 15 pounds. And until I can do that safely, I gotta stop because the doctors are tired of removing that. Every time you go under with surgery, it's dangerous. And for something like skin removal, with the amount of skin she will have in her arms and her legs and her gut, and I mean upper legs, y'all, because I know her lower legs don't collect as much fat yet, thank God. But with the amount of skin she would have if she did lose weight, it would be a couple of skin surgeries. And each time you were putting yourself at risk. It's why a lot of us opt out not to do it. Me and Salty talked about it on the panel. As much as skin surgery would probably help and I would look a lot smaller, I don't want to risk it. So the fact that she can be flippant about that too, that annoys me.
Hamburger makes me feel gross because it's so greasy. It's raining. What a freaking
You're greasy. Yeah, true, I bet your paws leak grease.
100%. There's things I'll miss about Canada, that's without a doubt. But I can't live without affection. So I call it getting love and
You don't need affection. That man don't give you no affection. You can't live without trying to smugly claim that scat man who's probably cheating on you as we speak loves you. Get the fuck out of here. You can't live without being able to sit on the floor or on a computer chair, eating your heart's content without anybody telling you you're killing yourself. Because that's what you're doing when you shove that much food in your gullet without abandon. Even if you cook it yourself, Miss Sheet Cake level pot pies. I can't with her.
stuff. XO. I need XO.
Hey,
I need
Wolf
my
Wolf.
humpy,
It
handsome
really
husband.
is. It
There's certain
drives
things
me
I miss daily
nuts.
about being with him, you know? Anyway,
She
affection, what's
says
that?
she
Oh, I
doesn't
love
have
it.
sugar.
Oh,
She
you little
says
cute
that she
dumpster.
only has
Okay.
limited
Why
carbs,
would he do
healthy
that? I
carbs.
don't foresee
No,
that happening.
she
Whenever
don't
you
know
love
what
each
those
other, it's
words
better to go.
mean.
So, yeah. I don't think of those things, Tracy. Why would I think of those negative things? Like, it's such a negative thing to think. Why would I think that? I prefer to try to think positive, and if the negative happens, well, I've learned to be prepared, like, not to
It's
expect.
a balance. You should think of negative things to brace yourself and keep you from doing dumb shit. But there's nobody being anti-positive. Hey, Hannibal. I feel like she tries so hard to put this mask on of I'm okay, I'm great, I went to therapy once and now I'm just this big ball of positivity. No, you're not. Stop fronting.
Too much out of life or things because, you know, Murphy's Law and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. So wait, I don't think I'll change my mind again, but who knows? No, I won't.
Everything goes wrong with
like
you. Stop
trips,
invoking
like a couple
Murphy
of trips,
Law.
you know, back and forth. But yeah, diva. Why are you talking baby voices? I don't know. Yo, mama, you dreamed of a six-pack in French. I've dreamed the lumberjack blow up would come alive last night. Thanks, yo, mama. Anyway,
That's the only Yo Mama content you will ever see on my channel is her reading out. And if I keep watching her. Because at this point, I'm just waiting for the inevitable. And I'm sick of her and I'm sick of him already.
you know what? I probably shouldn't judge somebody for having.
But
a
I
girl
loved
boyfriend
Hannibal
because
the other
I
night
am
talking
that
about
dog,
the
I just remembered.
baggy
So yeah, that's why
Speedos. That shit had me
I realized I have to be
rolling.
with my husband. I'm a freaking married Muslim woman. Okay, that's what I am now. So, and I like that. I know people think it's a cosplay and it's not who I am, and I don't like it. But that's not
It
true.
is
I
a
do- I
cosplay.
really-
Even if you full-hearted in your undiagnosed sociopathic brain think that you're really following your faith, reverted faith. To everybody else watching, as you thumb your nose at customs, as you binge, as you rage, as you act unbeknownst to what a Muslim revert or a Muslim wife is, we're allowed to feel that you're a cosplaying culture vulture. You fetishize Salah, and he returned it by trying to cheat on you anytime he can.
It's just that moving on from your past is hard. So sometimes I get like the urge to just come back here and like address things or go back to this kind of life for a while, but I just can't. I can't do it.
Moving on from
like, I
my
came here
past
excited
was
to
easy.
Beeze again, like we used to Beeze, and I can't. I don't find the same pleasure in it like that I used to. And I think just too much has gone on in my life since then, and I'm just kind of different now.
And the thing is, nobody's asking you to be super hard. We're just asking you to make your content more interesting. Go out a little bit more. Go to museums if you need to. Make shit watchable without constantly putting food in it. Without constantly just making it about yourself. You attempted in December. You went to that one place that had a little historical connotation. I believe it was an old church. That was way more interesting than any of the shit you did. We're not asking you to get cracked out of your mind, even though we know when you're high on wheelchairs or whatever, because you get those big ass eyes, even though you're trying to hide them with those ugly ass glasses. We want content that makes sense, Heifer. Not these, oh, let me get people to talk about me by speculating if I'm homeless in my car. We know you're sleeping on mommy's couch. Stop it.
You know, guys, I'm 40, so. But surprisingly, because I never used to appreciate this before, the one thing I'm loving the most about this trip and is keeping me sane is like the nature, like just being able to go out and go to different nature spots and
birds.
just, like, have a really relaxing day to myself, you know. A wheelchair. I haven't had a single wheelchair. I do care about my health. So
Lies.
I do. Reginald, I'm not sure, Andre Marie. So why not live in two places? No, I can't leave that long. I get weird if I'm away for too long from Salah. Like
I'm glad
like,
for Goose Chuck letting me know what that Reginald stuff is all about. She almost became a doll person.
I wanted old people Florida condo.
If you can believe it.
I'm not the old life. Start a new adventure there. No, I prefer Kuwait over Dubai.
Definitely.
I like Kuwait.
No, I would
I
would take the decks out just a little bit too. Maybe put it in strength because she has to have a lot of upper body strength.
I can't believe you brought
She's definitely in the minuses for the condo. She has no constitution. You can hear it in her breath.
Your outings in Kuwait. Yeah, I gotta do more. You know, I'll figure it out. Live, laugh,
I love the
yeah,
I love the
D&D
D&D stuff. Hey, Comfort, good to see you,
I won't
hon.
go into details, and I won't, you know, because it's our private. Like he likes to be private with stuff like about.
He doesn't like to be private.
His keyboard. No, he plays still for me. I love it. Bye. All black. Thank you, Greta. Let's see you quit.
Black is supposed to make you slim, hon. I'm wearing black today.
Bookable look. Privacy is boring. No, Ivana. Did you walk in the park? No, because it's raining now. It started to
Privacy isn't boring, but sharing your life when people get used to it and then trying to dial it back is weird.
Right now.
You need to make them coins, Heifer.
I have a couple things to do, so I better get off, and then I'll see you guys again soon anyways. Wow, Teardrop, that's a big drop. That's okay. Plus, let's do something. Maybe after. I do have a couple things I have to do.
I don't know who Teardrop is, but they are wasting way too much money to try to see this heifer eat herself to coma. Wow. Look at that. Anytime. That's her real feeling. And once again, that was 31 Frames. If you have not subscribed to them, please do it. They do Foodie, they do Candy. Anytime there's a mukbang going on and you don't want to hear the chewing and eating, their edit work is amazing. But I'm telling you, the stuff that made me mad about that sandwich stuff wasn't just the sandwich itself, because that was fucking gross. That was a thick-ass sandwich, and I don't know where she thinks she got healthy out of it, but no. No way. I think what...
Hi everyone, this is Daniel.
Say
hi, Dan. Daniel is 2 years old, and since he's been born, he had...
I'm tired of being homeless. I'm just joking.
Wow. Let me get this up before I go on my spiel. I think what pisses me off is she's literally trying to play in people's face, talking about, I'm going to glow up. I'm going to go on a weight loss journey. You're going to see me with a six-pack. She said this so many times before that it's ridiculous. The Sporty Spice Dreams was already hilarious in itself. But she is playing with fire. And if she doesn't care, why did she expect those of us watching to care? I don't even watch her directly, and I don't give a fuck. I'm just here to see what happens. And I said it before on the bike. I'm like Ivan Drago at this point. If what happens, happens to her, it happens. I'm not going to feel any kind of ways. Let me get this up for y'all, because we have a few editors that I want to get to. And this, I believe, is Jade Speculation Station's amazing call out of her war stuff. Trust and believe that a lot of us had that side-eye rocking when Lil Miss, I'm not afraid of war started, but let's get this rocking.
I'm tired of being homeless. I'm just joking.
She's joking. I don't think so.
So my goals used to be to become famous and try to go on like America's Got Talent and like become like rich and famous and like...
What are you gonna do on America's Got Talent? Fart on cue? Musical armpits? Because I know you're not trying to say for singing. Like I've told you, somebody who trained singing in actual chorus, sung at Carnegie Hall when I was younger, you do not carry the pitch because you do not take your tone seriously. You should be practicing your scales if you want to get that right, but I bet you don't even know how to do that.
Like, please. You know, that will never happen, and I don't care. I don't want that. I don't want to be idolized ever. Not that
I'm sorry to pause so quickly. But the fact that she says she don't want to be idolized as a narcissist is one of the biggest lies I've ever heard come out this heifer's mouth. And nobody should want to be idolized because you can't keep up with that. People can like you, but unless they truly know you, that is just a parasocial relationship. And I tell people all the time, don't put me on no damn pedestal because I'm a human. I am prone to fuck up like anybody else. And I don't ever call myself good. I am very chaotic neutral. I am really quick to flip the script when I'm angry. That's why I try not to be on here when my bipolar goes into the manic mode. But the fact that she says, I don't want to be idolized. The fuck you don't. That's why you spent 7 years putting way too much information on here. A lot of it made up information on here, showing your whole ass. Literally.
ever would be.
With big dreams of being idolized for eating like a slob, taking advantage of the people in her life, and apologizing for child predators, it seems Chantal has finally come to her senses that, well, it's just not likely to happen. But not because it shouldn't. It's because we idolize the wrong people.
Like, people are idolized for the wrong reasons in life. Like, there's this girl on TikTok. She has billions of likes, and it's, like, viral. Just for being pretty. Like, who gives a shit?
You do, jealous?
Who cares? Like, that's not a reason to be idolized.
Welcome to Speculation Station, and that's right.
Of course, Chantal doesn't want anybody pretty to be idolized. That's too much. Hey, Jay Denise. Next up on Canada's Got Talent, Chantal and her fabulous fupa. She would totally be a musical horn, for real. Kind of like a trumpet.
It's so dumb to like someone because they're pretty.
I'm pretty, okay? That has a lot, and I don't mean that to be conceited. I'm being very...
As she's wearing chin spades and
pretty
filters.
Gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty.
You're only supposed to use pretty privilege to get away with things.
Mm-hmm.
I think people should be idolized.
Well, what, Chantal? I'm dying to find out what people should be idolized for. I mean, your perspective on the matter is fascinating.
First of all, you shouldn't be idolizing people. It should be God. But To me, that's just so
feels
dumb.
like the Uncle Brain remembered
she
that.
forgot she believed in God there for a minute. You shouldn't be idolizing people, only God, which she finds so dumb. But, you know, this is Chantal's word salad lecture for the day. We should all totally take it to heart.
There's my lecture for today, okay? Thank me later.
Sadly, I didn't learn all that much from this particular daily lecture, but it did reinforce another opinion I have.
You're probably thinking you're so full of crap.
Ah, yes, that would be the one. Right on target. Sadly, Chantal isn't full of the crap she wants to be full of. Yuck. My name is Jade, and I think I just gave myself guaranteed nightmares. However, if you're in the mood to inflict nightmares on yourself, but you're struggling to fall asleep, thank you to one of our amazing speculators for the recommendation. You see, they found the perfect video. It's so boring, your brain will just involuntarily shut down, and as a result of Salah's disembodied voice in the background, you can have visions of Scatman dropping smelly puns all over Chantal's head.
Oh, come on, ads. Yeah, I know, I should sign up for premium, but I don't want to.
I'm taking shots at the enemy. I'm gonna make it to the top, leave a legacy. If I got something to say, you better let me speak. Turn it up a new degree, bitch, you ain't seen anything.
But before you turn on the soothing sounds of the Scatman and nestle into your comfy beds, we need to turn our attention away from he who wants to desecrate your religion in order to splooge all over his couch and see why the doctors in the ER felt it was better to ask Chantal if she was suffering from ketoacidosis instead of just testing for it.
6 bags of IV stuff. I know. They're like, okay, we're going to give you more fluids. I was like,
I really hate that fucking Nikocado, not even Nikocado, like a knockoff Nikocado avocado wine laugh. It's annoying. And 6 bags of fluid is a lot, Heffa. It really is. Even when I was on critically low calcium, I didn't get 6 bags in one setting. That is, I mean, but I heard it goes by body weight and mass, so, you know, it is what it is. You tell on yourself.
They thought I had ketoacidosis at first or something.
She keeps using that word. You don't know what it means.
I think they thought I had that because
that word does not mean what you think it means.
The doctors think she might have it, so why test for it when you can just ask the patient? It's strange how the symptoms and treatments for ketoacidosis and norovirus are remarkably similar. Hydration. And even though your blood sugar can rise, it generally doesn't skyrocket just from being sick unless you're Chantal. So just remember, this was not ketoacidosis due to all the absolute trash Chantal's been consuming at record speed despite being a full-blown diabetic. No, it was the norovirus because she washed her hands, which is why it was possible for her to go straight back to eating all that junk as soon as she was released from the hospital. I know for me it would take
I love bowls of fajita bowls every once in a while. I haven't had one since December when I got the food poisoning and it spiraled me. So yeah, but when I do normally get Tex-Mex out, I go for the bowls because there's a lot less carbs. Bitch poured a whole ass bag of thick ass chips on top of it, totally negating the whole point of the bowl, which that's Chantal. If she can make anything as unhealthy as possible, she'll do it.
A few days after recovering from a gastro bug in order to get back to my normal eating habits, but, you know, Chantal is built different. Well, we all know Chantal does what she wants regardless of the consequences, and she has no problem voicing exactly what it is she wants, no matter how often her wants shift and change.
I honestly am not sure. I think because of the way they carry stuff, Amber is definitely lower and top heavy. She has a bit flatter because of the outfit she wears, so the fat distributes different. I know I'm the same way, where a lot of my fat collects in my thighs, my hips, and my arms too. But I feel like they're getting close. If Chantal isn't closer to the 5s now, especially the way she's been gorging herself in Canada, I would be shocked. And we can't trust any weigh-ins they do. Amber Lynn allegedly gained 20 pounds in a week and then lost it again. I don't try to keep up with the lies at all. Hey, Jamie Carpenter, but I really do feel like they're getting close to being similar. And the bad thing is Chantal's calves and stuff don't collect the fat right now. So she's putting a lot of strain on her lower legs and ankles being that heavy.
Depending on how much money she needs.
Monet, because you don't want to be here in Canada. Like, I don't want to be here. So he respects that. and will live in Kuwait. People think he's dying to come here. He's not.
He put, and not to interrupt Jade's speculation station, but I came towards the beginning of the Kuwait arc, and I was just lurking and watching, like, what the fuck am I watching? You petitioned who wants them papers, and he had the Canadian flag in his profile. So I don't know who you're trying to lie to about what what Scatman's motives are. But Heffa, get out of here. He wants to get to Canada. You know he wants to get to Canada. That's what that HR meeting was about. You're trying to get him and your family to sponsor him. You ain't fooling us, and I hope he doesn't make it. I hope you have to deal with the 97 degrees at night Kuwaiti nights again.
Well, that's right. They both want to be in Kuwait. All that talk about him coming to Canada to visit,
lies.
Maybe even stay. Well, that was for a different narrative, guys. Come on, keep up.
We can't come here right now. We have, like, who's going to look after Julia for that long? It's a stress bringing her here.
Like,
we're just not prepared for that in any way. And, like, we don't want to do that right now. We want to travel to, we have a few countries in mind, like we did with Thailand. We wanted to go. We executed the plan and we went. So now we're going to do that with another country.
Or
Lucky
he can't
country.
go to Canada because of Julia. Yeah, that's it. I mean, Chantal took no time passing off Sam to a foster home with an angry cat he doesn't get along with and making plans for BBJ's demise.
And then she lied about Sam thing to get PayPal money. I'm not going to let you forget that scammer. The thing is, with Julia and probably like Howie number 10 at that time, she was fine leaving them on their own for weeks on end. While her and Scatman went troubling people around Thailand, breaking tuk-tuks and making boats sink. She needs to stop, whatever this is, because you're not a good pet parent. Hey, Wicked Crafter, I was down to 180 pounds. I fainted. ER gave me 4 liters. I was dehydrated. Felt golden at discharge. Yeah, dehydration happens. And I feel like, depending on the severity of it, you will get more put into you. But she got 6 liters, allegedly, in that short amount of time. And she's acting like her diabetes didn't play a huge part in it. Okay. Hey, diabetic leg ride. These names are killing me. I'm just going to call you diabetic, honey. I love the creativity, though.
But not Julia. That's all the proof you need to show that not only is this not a visa run, but they aren't a Canadian couple because they have Julia to take care of. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they want to travel. You obviously can't travel anywhere from Canada. But wait, with all these travels gone for weeks at a time, she seems to have forgotten about Julia. And that's okay. Julie and Howie can just fend for themselves for a month. I mean, they've done it before.
Yeah,
we want to live in Kuwait. Why? It's, you know what it is? It's unfathomable for people to believe that I want to live in the Middle East instead of here.
We believe you want to live in the Middle East. You have no responsibilities. You can dodge your taxes. You could be the little passenger princess as you like to call yourself, which is fucking weird. You don't have anybody outside reaction channels telling you not to eat hubcaps full of rice. We know you want to live in Kuwait. We're saying your man wants to live in Canada. Don't get the two things convoluted, honey. And once again, because she's about to go on some asinine bullshit from her bees talking about, oh, people assume things about Kuwait. I believe Kuwait's a lovely country. But I do believe that she underestimates a lot of stuff about the country yet again. Because she's an ignorant heifer.
In the world, that's better to live, you know.
The U.S. Kuwait. I'm not even going to front. I like it here. Even with its problems.
Than most Western cities. I know, SB. That's why I don't bother, like, explaining anymore. Because, like, unless you've experienced it, you don't really, like, understand, you know? And, like, before
you don't leave your apartment. You haven't experienced it. Going to harassing camels, going to empty farm places, going to burnt out school zones that you didn't even understand was from the Iraqi invasion of Kuwait. You didn't experience the country, dum-dum. Stop it. Get help.
Travel to the Middle East, I had these preconceived notions of it as well. And it took me going there and living there to, like, appreciate living there more. And I don't think people understand how that could ever be a possibility. Especially somebody like me who used to be so wild, you know, like huge train wreck of the...
Stop it. So wild? Making up stories, pretending you're drunk, acting like a whole ass fool. You weren't wild. You sat in your apartment acting like an idiot with a camera pointed at you most of the time too. The only thing that's changed about you is location, heifer. Stop acting like you were the life of the party, because you weren't.
The friggin' internet, you know? So
Aw, it's cute that Chantal thinks her train wreck days are behind her. But up until recently, I don't think it's all that unfathomable for anyone to want to live in Kuwait. Just Chantal, and mostly because of this.
I came here for, it's too hot Kuwait. I need health care. I miss driving. I miss beezing. Yeah, I'm staying in Canada for good.
She's like so many personalities. No they just come out whenever she wants.
Don't want to talk about that, but it would be expensive. So just make whatever you want of that.
Which makes far more sense than, living in Kuwait. I mean, it was Chantal who said,
in the summer, it's worse. I cannot go outside. I will die there in the summer.
So, do people have preconceived notions, or were they just breaking rule number one of Chantal's list? I mean, there's always this.
I'm not happier in Canada. That's a lie.
Though I would classify that as more of an observation.
I couldn't believe that Panda Pondu. The fact that she thought those ruins was something to just visit and make content out of. She had no context for why they were burnt out and literally just bombed out of their mind. She's just so disingenuous to the culture she claims to love and the country she claims to want to be in. And it's not even infuriating anymore. I just side-eye her. She just gets my side-eye.
Chantal's feelings, and maybe the way she expresses happiness is how the rest of us express sadness, depression, and malcontent. We aren't in her shoes, guys. We don't know.
Want to be in her shoes.
In all reality, why is it that Chantal wants to go back to Kuwait?
It's really fun. There's always something to do around the house. I find that because I'm so bad at housekeeping, that when I really try, when I'm there, I try more. I don't know. I feel like I have.
You're 40 years old, and you're bragging about stuff to do around the house, which, okay. I mean, I do stuff around the house daily, too. It's nothing to brag about. Now, how the fuck are you bad at housekeeping in your 40s? It's not rocket science. You push a broom. You push a mop. Or a Swiffer, because I got a cat that likes to shed from time to time. You cook and you clean. It's not you don't even have to expend a lot of brain cells doing it. It might get tiring if you let it build up. But if you are on a regular routine, I had every dish done earlier today after lunch. So I don't understand her. I'm trying, but I can't. My brain just ain't with this level of lazy.
I have this role, this duty to take care of my home and my family, and
Okay.
I would say that Chantal's version of clean is questionable to say the least. I don't doubt she so much tries just in case the law pops over to her apartment. The only real problem with cleaning up after one, maybe two full-grown adults is how time-consuming it is.
I just don't even
get her. It's just time-consuming. You wake up, go tend to the pets. They're first because they just...
It's hard work, you guys. Opening up a can of cat food, grabbing veggie bits from the fridge to feed Howie. I mean, that's a whole 5 minutes of work right there. I wonder what a daily routine is for Chantal. Do you? Well, wonder no more because Chantal tells us, and oh my god, it's the hardest routine I've ever heard. My life is cake by comparison.
Here, let me give you a typical day, okay, when I'm not doing anything. This is, So, Salah usually wakes me up because he's very energetic in the morning. Wow. And then I get up and then I go and tend to the pets because the pets they're
who used to wake me up in the morning? My kid when he was a toddler. You can't have babies that are mobile without them getting hyper and waking you up. So you're literally telling us your man's a toddler. I don't get that he has to wake you up every day. Don't you have an internal alarm or did you just ignore that? Even without my alarm going off, a lot of mornings, because after 40, your bladder don't care if you want to sleep or not. A lot of us get up at random times in the morning. But by 8, my eyes are open. I don't understand her at all.
Julia, as soon as she hears my CPAP shut off, boom, she's at my feet, jumps on the bed.
Don't believe
so then I give her butchers, top up her water give her fresh water, and then I make a little snack for Howie, whatever we have, carrots, apple, lettuce,
you've given whatever French fries and chicken.
So I bring that to him. Oh, you my big boy.
Oh man, that sounds rough. Salah coming over and waking her up all energetic like any toddler would, and then she has to spend 5 entire minutes feeding and watering two incredibly hard to care for animals. Something I'm sure she never forgets or is too lazy to do, and Salah just never has to do it. It's a rough start to her day for sure, but oh man, it only gets harder.
And then, and then what else?
It's a daily routine, something she does all the time, so give her a second to make something up. Or,
I didn't mean to interrupt Jade because she made a good point about making it up. Mornings, you get up, you make sure that both my husband and my son are getting ready for their day because he has work, kiddo has school, breakfast is made, making sure they're at their stations doing their stuff. I get my day started with my exercise. Then I get my cleanup done. We make sure the cats are fed their breakfast because we got barn cats as well. It is all the time. The weekends are normally where we get the floors done. Some days are linen days. Some days are just plain laundry days because I don't like dirty laundry. I don't like the smell of dirty clothes. There's a lot to do. And then I've added to the rotation growing my own vegetable garden. We got the seeds started. Once they start sprouting, I'll take a bit more pictures. Hey, Madame Madu. It's good to see you. I'm glad you caught another live. I appreciate keeping you company too. Hey, Blue Daisy. I just feel like the shit she talks about could be done in less than fucking 10 minutes. While the rest of us, we're kind of used to just doing what we do. It's no big deal. Like I said, I got all the morning and afternoon stuff done before I even got this live kicked off. So I don't get why she thinks it's such a big deal.
I mean, remember her daily routine.
And then I prepare, usually if I have like laundry to do, or if I'm not feeling too tired, I'll put like a load in.
Too tired from sleeping and
get that going because it takes like 2 hours on Delicate.
A 2-minute task of loading the washer, but only if she's up to it because, it takes 2 hours. And if the washer's running, it can be very exhausting listening to that hum of the motor as it does.
Yeah, I guess you can add that. That teardrop person, I don't know who they are, but they sure like to waste money. The way she screams at them and gets so excited, I can't. I don't understand her. But I guess that is how she burns the calories. Doesn't do the job, though.
Does all the work for you. Okay.
And then I start making breakfast for Salah. Sometimes I eat the breakfast with him, but like a lot no, like because I'm not hungry right then and there.
She's a liar. And I know she watches a lot of us who say eating in the morning's hard. That's why I'm glad for oatmeal because it is easier on my stomach. That and the banana can tide me through. The fact that she lies and says she's not hungry in the morning, bitch, you're not up in the morning. A lot of times you've done mukbangs where you said, I just woke up and it's 4 p.m. So I don't know who she's lying to, but when she describes everything she does for Salah's breakfast, mind you, we've watched her eat it. And hey, Pixie, I'm glad you made it, hun.
When I first get up, it takes a while. And then
even the like freaking YouTube wants to tap out from all these lies. It's like a carbo lie overload.
And then, so I'll make breakfast. Usually he likes eggs and bread and like labna and like makroos and little things like
this.
That's
all the shit you like.
Full.
Damn, and she has to feed her husband, but only if it's a routine day because routine does not in the least imply that for the vast majority of the time this would be the norm. No telling really how often she does this routine, but I digress. That's 2 to 15 minutes of some pretty exhausting work. I can totally understand with all this work so far, it might take some time to feel like eating. So what's the rest of the morning look like for Chantal?
And then I usually just we'll take some time, like be lazy, go on my phone or whatever, like check messages and stuff like that.
Come on, guys. She
ain't getting no damn messages. She's on her phone watching reaction channels, get mad at the shit we say, even though you shouldn't watch us, Heffa. Or on TikTok, trying to figure out what she could steal from people 20 or 30 years younger than her. And it's sad existence. She knows it. We know it.
Been working really hard.
Hey,
she needs that rest.
It's good
some
to see you,
well-deserved lazy time, but not too much because she has to fit in a shower at some point.
Exactly.
And then I'll want to get ready, so I'll have
a lot of people will work nights or work long shifts, get home, get their stuff done, go to bed, because you have your routine. I do not understand why she thinks what she does is such an exhausting big deal. But this is Chantal, the epitome of lazy and work allergic. Exactly.
Shower, hygiene stuff.
Thank you, Pix. I'm working on it.
And then it's just like little like you're cleaning in between, like because I like to take breaks in between my cleaning, so I'll break it down. Like, okay, I have to.
One thing I'll tell you is taking breaks between your cleaning will get nothing done. Put some music on. I put my earbuds on. I got my 70s soul music that I love to clean to, and I just get it done. It's real easy to just get it done. And now that the weight has been coming off, it is a lot easier to just once go through the house, get the shit done, then rest. The more pauses you take, the harder it is to get your chores done. I don't understand her logic at all. It's illogical.
Sweep in Harry's room, and I lump that in with doing the floors, and I'll take it step by step.
Oh, I get it. In between all of that is when Chantal does her cleaning. Baby steps, because it's a hell of a chore cleaning up after 1 to 2 full-grown adults. Now that the morning routine is done, she's pretty exhausted.
And then it's time to make, lunch, dinner, and then it's just it's like a whole constant day of being busy doing these things, and it's so exhausting for someone like me who mentally and physically have
a lot of people do this stuff with kids. A lot of people do this stuff with jobs, with schoolwork, with everything. You sit on your ass or sleep most of the day, watch stuff on your phone, yet doing the bare minimum of fucking chores and housework is exhausting to you. I can't. She aggravates me. She just aggravates everything in my soul.
Hard time with routine like that, so I find that so time consuming. That's why I'm indoors a lot as well, because I just don't find that there's a lot of time,
Well, there's lunch and dinner that takes up pretty much the
sleep
rest
for 12
of the day,
hours
whether
in
it's
a day.
cooking, ordering, or just eating it. It's absolutely exhausting for someone like Chantal who's used to just bed rotting, and man, oh man, there just aren't enough hours in the day. Go on, girl, with your super busy lifestyle. The rest of us, with families and jobs, well, we just couldn't imagine the exhaustion. No wonder you never go anywhere. I mean, with what time and energy? I wonder who else has this busy of a lifestyle.
Yeah, ALR vlogs in her apartment, exactly. Just because I'm in my apartment doesn't mean that.
ALR is just as pathetic as you, and I'm going to say it. I don't care. I don't talk much about Amber. She's way too young to me. I tend not to go after the youngins as hard. But the fact that you said, well, ALR does it, I'm going to say what my grandmother said. If everybody jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? If all your friends jumped off a building, would you do it too? Just because one does something doesn't mean you can justify it. You're both pathetic for only doing vlogs in your house when she just moved somewhere in Oklahoma that when she does get outside looks pretty nice. At least she goes to the store every once in a while now too, from what I've seen in Oh Lordy, It's Jordy. But you barely do anything, and you want to justify it by, well, ALR did it? Grow up. This is like elementary school students talking.
I have to leave my apartment. I don't know.
Exactly.
Actually, I don't understand why people complain. Like, they watch somebody's content and then complain they don't like it.
And this is why I don't hold my tongue. I know YouTube sometimes hovers over the button of whether I'm going to be monetized, because I drop all kinds of cuss words. I cannot hold my tongue with this heifer. That's why we are going to move on after we do a fun one from Scorpio Angel to a new locale that I think, even though she aggravates me, I feel a little bit more sympathy for. I might not after this reaction to it, though, because I didn't want to spoil it. It's going to be going in, and this is a new editor, and I'm excited about that. But I'm going to get back to this because it's only 5 more minutes, and I love Jade's thought process on calling this heifer out, too.
Somebody who goes out and about all the time, I
go out a lot.
I don't know. I can't make everyone happy, that's for sure.
I just don't tape it because they ain't content.
So familiar yet so foreign. But she's right, she can't please anyone. And with the dwindling views and a stagnation in subscribers out of the blue the moment she got into the realm of 100K, not remotely sus at all, she can really afford to have people stop watching her boring videos. If you don't like it, kick rocks. Chantal has all kinds of tools up her sleeve to scam
she
people.
lost
She
them
doesn't
birthday
need the
monies.
views. There will always be Beezers who replace the fallen Beezers.
Not me being Delulu.
But with all that said, there have been Beezers who haven't fallen yet and have been asking her about potential war. You see, it wasn't all that long ago that Iraq launched missiles at Israel, and not only does Kuwait share the same disdain for Israel that Iraq does, but it's just a little blip at the bottom of Iraq, and though it may not be a part of the war, if it escalated, could easily suffer financial consequences and suffer from supply loss. Food costs, medical expenses could go up, but Chantal has no forethought to that. All she cares about is
it cheaper to eat out in Kuwait? Yes.
Which I would guess is her number one reason for wanting to go back to begin with. However, other people have different concerns, and Chantal's response to them was interesting.
Do you have a plan if full-out war breaks out while you're there? I generally worry about you. No, I don't have a plan. I mean, I guess I'll have to see what my options are, I don't know. I'm not really afraid of that.
Well, that's right. Chantal is not afraid of war. You see, all those people out there worrying about their families, children, and lives being displaced or in danger, that's their problem. They need to stop living in reality and all that nonsense. No worries for the Delulu land of Chantal. Her family's a scammer who literally fantasizes about shitting on people, a cat, and a hamster who need her there.
I could never...
Before she even gets started again, and to add to Jade, the fact that she says she's not afraid of war, like I said on the bike, and I will say it again, growing up with a military family and people who've served in several of the major wars, knowing the devastation that both soldiers and civilians face when you actually have to be in the active combat zone, I can't understand her level of ignorance. I can't. My brain cannot wrap around this level of entitled ignorance. I'll just have to see what I have to do. You'll do nothing. You'll suffer from blackouts, food rations, which will really kill your ass. You might have to deal with your neighborhood being shelled if you're not fortunate enough to be in the area that doesn't get in the crossfire. You have absolutely no fucking idea what this is like, and I cannot stand that you would that flippant about something so serious. But it's Chantal. She is an ignorant idiot, and I gotta keep reminding myself of that.
Be here, and then like Salah and Howie and Julia, they're all there during that chaos.
You don't even care about them, and if war broke out, she would become a further burden on the Canadian government. Madame Medu, I believe so too. I think that she would go right to the embassy, but I'm hoping that they would just look at her and like, you made your way here, you need to make your way out of here. Because honestly, I do not understand how she thinks that she can just be in the war zone and be okay. Hey, Savage Vegas, baby, I'm having a good weekend. Cramp a little bit, but I'm on the heating pad and it's okay. Hey, Susan, the Swedish Yarny hooker, good to see you, hun. I can't with her. Just,
I could not leave them there. No way.
I don't.
But
like
I think
her.
it'll be okay.
I don't.
It'll be okay, guys. It's not, you know, people are just like, some of it's not true. Like, there's no, like, as of right now, it might happen, but there's no suspended flights, like, to Kuwait or from Kuwait or whatever.
If the attacks keep happening,
what kind of person
will.
would she be if she just left them in that kind of chaos? She's not a burden or anything. Bitch can hold her own if faced with armed men running her down.
I doubt
If I had to fight for my family, I probably would. I don't know, I'd get in shape or something and try my best.
You get in shape, so you gotta lose the nearly 400 pounds you need to lose to be in shape enough to fight in the war. Have you even tried to do the basic training of military people? Carrying heavy packs on your back, crawling, doing push-ups, sit-ups, you would never. Have you ever had actual firearms training? I know I have. So the fact that you said shit like this makes me know that you are full-on delusional, Heffa.
You know, just because I'm short and fat and out of shape doesn't mean I can't do something. I could hide somewhere.
You can hide. That's about it. Talking about hiding and throw things. Okay, Kirby, calm it down.
Things at people.
Well, she's gonna hide and throw things, of course. Seems legit. All these people using explosives and heavy artillery will be completely taken over by Chantal tossing the leftover lettuce from her triple stack burger while she hides under her covers.
I'm not saying I want to go in.
Maybe she can use a barracuda and ricotta smell against them. And Cal, are we a big hug? You definitely. For my calories, you're definitely the big hug bunch. When I start wearing my bonnet again, because like I said, I'm trying to let the curls loosen for tomorrow. I'll be back in the bonnet soon, but the fact of the matter is she says stuff like this. Dead serious. That she would hide and throw things at people. Bitch, you would get shot. You're a big target. Like, they didn't even have to get a headshot on you because of your beatus and probably because you don't take care of your system. A shot to your leg, a shot to your arm is probably a death sentence for you. You will bleed out. Especially with all the sodium you intake.
Being a war, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just not afraid of...
You should be.
I don't know, maybe I'll feel different if it really happened. Like right now, I'm like, don't think that anything will happen.
We all know Chantal doesn't
Ignorance.
make a habit of preparing for the future, but if she can sit here and ponder her potential thoughts if it really did happen and assume she might feel differently, it tells me she's thought about it and she doesn't care because...
Is it cheaper to eat out in Kuwait? Yes!
In the end, I have no idea what the future brings. There's talk of the U.S. feeling pressure to enter the war in the Middle East, and if that happens, it's just further escalation. And
it is, but so far, and I can say this because I keep tracking the news, I was going to talk about it a bit on yesterday's Bonnet Chronicles, but I had to postpone it. So far, we are staying out of direct conflict here and in the Ukraine. We are sending aid, which really kind of cheeses me off because the Palestinian people do need humanitarian aid. They are severely lacking in food, shelter, hospital stuff, and we really do need to be giving them aid. On top of that, we don't want World War III. I know a lot of people, war is profitable, but we don't want World War III. And right now, Iran has a justifiable reason to shell Israel, which I'm not taking a fucking side. I really wish we were in more peaceful times. But their embassy was fucking bombed. And then you add the fact that when they sent humanitarian aid workers along with plenty of Saudi Arabian states, and they were fired upon and people lost their lives. I'm shocked that Iran is the first one to jump the gun, but their embassy was literally fucking bombed. So yeah, it's ramping up. And the fact that she doesn't take this shit seriously because geopolitics only comes from the peen she's currently chasing. Whew. You know how
With
I feel.
World War III trending, it tells me that the fear of war is on a lot of people's minds.
Me too.
In the little box
What
of all
if?
their
I
fears,
really
which
don't
is
want
completely
another
reasonable.
war like that.
So for
Afghan
Chantal to put
lasted
herself
long
damn
enough.
near next door.
I have friends who were overseas so long that the kids basically grew up without them. They had to keep coming back from time to time, but they did lengthy tours in the Middle East. And I know people want to ding this current administration on how the rollout of our troops happened, forgetting that the doofus before him was the one that set it into motion, just to be on the side of people blaming Biden's administration for how sloppy, allegedly, it was done. The fact that there are a lot of people that don't understand what goes into even trying to end the conflict and get our troops home pisses me off more than anything. Because like I said, military family. So there's a lot of investment in seeing our cousins and uncles come home safely and then get help for the shit that they seen over there, because a lot of them need mental health after seeing constant just destruction and decay and death. That's why I get so pissed off with Chantal, because she could never understand that shit. Point blank.
The danger, all because of optics, and
she doesn't care either.
Yes.
It just seems absolutely insane. A couple of months ago, I'd have said it's not really worth worrying about just yet in Kuwait, but things have changed. In the end,
Teresa,
Chantal can barely run towards a burger, let alone
even know
away
when
from
she
danger.
moved there.
As I sit here writing all this for all of you, all I can think about is the fact that World War III is a possible reality now more than ever, and though over here on the West Coast, I might be far removed from the explosive danger, most likely, I'm not dumb enough to think that I could escape the effects if it were to become a reality.
Exactly.
But Chantal in Kuwait, well, location, and no amount of cheap takeout or fake relationships to stick it to the haters would convince me to risk it. Can you imagine the amount of people currently enduring the horror of war who would give anything to have Chantal's choice? War is...
Exactly. Not to interrupt Jay, but please check out Snarky Priest, because she did a great 2-minute video. It has a trigger warning on there because she does show what's currently going on with the families in Palestine, and it is no joke. Like, the amount of women that have been killed lately, with Chantal supposedly boycotting for them. The amount of babies that have lost their lives. Fathers. That one video, that doctor that looked under a tarp and saw his fallen son and the wail he let out. The shit is real. And I just get so annoyed with her fake ass, half-ass, not even half-ass, quarter-ass John into what's really going on.
Is absolutely something to be afraid of. To say she's not afraid of death and destruction is just completely out of touch with reality. Because I can assure you there are millions of people right now, as you're listening to me speak, who are deep inside war, in absolute terror as the sound of gunfire and explosives shatter the silence around them, unable to escape with no recourse, except to hunker down, hoping and praying that it ends soon. Look, I know we can't go on living our lives constantly thinking about the unadulterated fear, but you will never catch me saying I'm not afraid of war. Because war isn't refusing to buy a freaking Starbucks at a protest. It's frightening. And by saying there's nothing to fear in war, it's just a huge slap in the face to those innocent people out there now experiencing the trauma Chantal couldn't be bothered to consider. With all that said, Chantal should be counting her blessings. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to spend with me here at the station, and please do all the YouTube things. I'll catch you in the next one. Speculation Station signing out. Take care of yourselves and give your family an extra hug today.
Yes. I love Jade Speculation Station. When I asked her could I feature this, she was more than happy to allow me to showcase her edit and commentary work. I just feel like she and I were on the same page with how annoyed we were with Chantal talking about, well, I don't know. I'll just hide and throw things at people. During a war? Are you for real? But we're going to lighten the mood up with one of my favorite editors. You know I like to feature her work too. She had some things on the Heffer's week of Nanten as well. So we're going to get Scorpio Angels fired up. Oh, give me just a moment. Let me tap that back and get this transition over. We're going to go to something a little bit more light before we get to the more fun side of YouTube. Because I like to go out laughing, especially after she raises my blood pressure and pisses me off. But we're going to get started with a little bit of Scorpio Angel. Then we'll get to some music stuff too, because you know that's always a good time.
Hi, everybody!
And please, if you're not following any of these creators, give them a like, give them a follow. They're amazing.
TSCP. Yeah, thank you all again for all the memberships. You gifted another 10 members? No way! You're the sweetest, thank you.
No, they're enabler.
You know I'm gonna manipulate the fuck out of you, and you're gonna eat it up and you're gonna watch me.
I hate that.
I want fruit. I want ice cream.
You don't need either. Too much sugar. I love how she calls it a cheat day when every day is a cheat day.
They close on Mondays. I don't like soft serve. I want hard ice cream.
You don't need ice cream.
Tracy Reese.
Tracy Reese.
Wow.
Misty.
I'm going to tell you, as somebody who jiggles, I would never do that. I do not, that's not cute. Wiggling your arm fat like that. I got arm fat too, Heffa. I ain't trying to wiggle it. That's weird. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, babe. They're a lot of places here are closed on Mondays because they open all weekend.
Imagine having to tell your husband that. You don't need no more food. Why is he asking you if stuff is closed on Mondays? He should be asking you why you talking about food so much. Some husband.
I'm just joking. Yeah, but
for real, she's good for our diet. For real, I stay on track when I see this shit. Ew, what is that face?
Enjoy your Mexican food, Ola.
Oh, yeah.
Not Arby's. I don't want a beef curtain sandwich.
Ew. I mean, she ain't complaining when she was eating certain people's
Thank you,
Arby's.
No Name, for all your generosity as usual.
I don't know who No Name is. I don't care.
Yeah, I'll call you No Name.
Thank
you. Grocery store ice cream? I want a waffle cone.
You don't need a waffle cone. You gotta lose a foot. She is Veruca Salt. After the blueberry incident. What is this? Stop it.
Sonic is like 3-hour drive. Or is it? It's freaking far.
Gross. I mean, yeah, she boarded hot for a burger.
I want sushi.
Because it has rice.
Check if this one place is open.
Ugh. That was a jump cut.
I can try somewhere else. Get out of here!
Oh my God!
I'm gonna say this. If you're streaming on your phone, maybe not pull your phone to your fucking face to stream to look for food. Why don't you got a backup phone? You used to have a backup phone. Why are you doing this? This is awful.
Sorry.
Oh.
I got a wax.
Ew. What?
Well, that sucks. Everything sucks.
Oh, you suck.
This is what she wants people to cover. This is why we're going to be moving on to another locale in just a few minutes, because
I have to go.
This is crazy.
Tomorrow shopping. I have to use my Lush gift cards for my birthday. Like friggin' $300 of gift cards.
Ma'am, you're 40.
I got a lot of things for my birthday this year. Like, why am I spoiled?
Cause you're a big baby toddler woman. I'm gonna tell you, when I turned 40, I didn't really want a big deal, but Action Wolf took me out. We went to my favorite bookstore. We went out to dinner. He got me a little gift, and then we went home. It wasn't a fucking big deal. I don't need a bunch of presents. In fact, I told him this year for Mother's Day, you know, just help me out with the garden. That'll be the best present. I already have a box full of different cards and mementos from over the years. I just don't get giddy over gifts. And I know I'm weird like that. It just feels like it's too much. And the fact that at 40 years old, she's acting like a 5-year-old with presents, she justifies why I'm not that big into getting gifts like that.
Give me anything. I'm 40. I don't want anything.
Hey, DOT. Exactly.
Lush has some nice spring stuff out. Yeah.
Hey, Jada
Lush.
5. Aren't you exhausted? You're coming up next, so I'm glad you made it.
Scoop.
And good to see you, Deborah Oliver. She is me, all the time. Narcissist.
Do they have hard ice cream?
You don't need ice cream.
Ooh, not Mr. Puffs.
What the fuck is Mr. Puffs?
Lush has a Shrek collection. I know. I don't want Shrek stuff. Why would they? I hate Shrek.
Because you look like him?
I hate everything right now. Oh.
That's the true side coming out.
I had a shawarma earlier, but...
Who eats shawarma for breakfast? I remember hearing this on FFG stream, and I was just like, did she really say she had shawarma for breakfast? I'm not anti-shawarma. It's not like one of my favorites, but it's definitely not a morning food. Okay.
At all. Coming out of me like lava! I don't know if it's like the...
Bridesmaids is my favorite.
There's something fatty or greasy in shawarma that hurts my stomach. It must be like... Do they use oil?
It's just competing with the rest of the fatty, greasy that's already in your stomach. So, there you go. It's like a fat grease war going on. And you just add more and more to the troops.
Oil in the tomb? I think it's the tomb.
Or you lack gallbladder.
Get a Klondike bar.
We know what she would do for one.
Yeah, Firehouse, we don't have that here.
She would chase a crack
Vincent Massey
demon.
Drive is there? No, you can't pet the goose babe because it it won't let you near it because...
Imagine your man telling you to pet something that would literally attack you. But we're supposed to believe he loves you, right? Well, I'm supposed to believe that this is the real. Okay.
And they're very protective. So if you even go near it, it goes... And then it starts flapping its wings.
And then it starts flapping its wings?
I'm in Canada. Don't know yet. I have some appointments I have to do, and then... I don't know.
I don't know.
Hopefully...
No responsibilities.
Hopefully the airspace won't be closed. You are a lot like Canadian Goose. Always migrating aggressive around eggs. I hate eggs. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys back on the chair.
Wow.
Bye.
Exactly.
Time. Or should I just...
People literally watch this directly.
Like I wanted. Well, it's only 2. There's still 3 meals. There's still 2 meals left today.
She said 3.
So
you heard it. She said 3 meals.
Now I can have lunch. I gotta do a few groceries or something. I've been eating out. Well, whenever you're traveling, it's hard to, like, you know, when you're not staying in one place for too long.
I'm hearing Gary Jules in my head again. That sad opening, the Mad World.
So you have to kind of just eat out.
Oh.
You know?
Sad piano music.
That's a huge bitch.
Oof. Scorpio Angel. You get me with these edits. Hey, honey. That was the amazing Scorpio Angel. I love her edits because she always puts in stuff that makes me laugh, adds a bit of levity to the conversation, and just brings the fun. But we are going to get back to a bit more of the fuckery with this new person that I definitely wanted to highlight because, wow. Let me get the...
If I can see one start.
Interact.
Yes, I am insane.
But let me go back because I want to get this from the beginning. And this is Aren't You Exhausted? Now, I called barbecue chicken last week barbecue chillin' because I get them mixed up. I will be featuring some of barbecue chicken's edit work soon as well on this lady. This is a Sweet Madness, and I call her Sweet Delulu. And when I seen that Aren't You Exhausted did a full coverage of her stuff, I wanted to highlight their work. They also do amazing artwork. Like, they've done Foodie, ALR, they do tarot cards. I think they even got Queen Cobes on the tarot card as the latest thing. So please check them out. I am going to try to feature a lot of their art and stuff on here too, because I love arts and crafts work. And I just love finding new people to Girl World. So please consider giving them a like and a follow for this, because I'm telling you, when you see why I think a Sweet Madness is a new locale, trust me. And I showed you just a little bit of her e-bagging last week. Prepare to be amazed.
That's going to change, because if I don't get a car soon, I'm going to kill my mother. And since murder's still a crime, I'd really like not to go to jail. I'm Marissa.
Since murder is a crime? This is the mother that she was just e-bagging people to give her $2,000 to get down to see that she switched to the birth mother, and now she's talking about killing her mother. Like I said, there are a lot of us that don't get along with our mothers for whatever reason. I set a hard boundary with my own mother. But to brag about how you feel like you're going to kill your mother, there's something deeply disturbed with so many of these lolcows. And I say this as somebody who struggles with my own mental health issues. You need help. And now you can tell a doc, psychiatric and therapist, there's absolutely no reason not to be getting help for your mental health. Point blank.
I live in Oklahoma City. I don't know why I'm doing this. Probably blame Chrissy for this. I like to sing and act, and you see my dishes behind me. Yay.
Like a Chris Chan puffed dishes, up.
Apparently, as you can obviously tell. Wow. What is there to me? I am a submissive, which, a lot of people don't get, but that's fine. I watch a lot of...
Okay. For those of you who might not know this, I wish I didn't know this, but been on the internet for over 20 years, so you learn a bit about kinks. But she calls herself a submissive, which means in the BDSM language, she likes to be dominated over, and she gets her kinks over being, like, depending on the level, either bossed around, kind of roughed up, and other stuff. I don't believe she's engaged in any BDSM, but, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. I am seeing a lot of this new because I watched a couple of other things from Aren't You Exhausted. When people put that out there, it always fucking weirds me out, though. Because, like I said, there have been really crazy crimes when it comes to people meeting up on the internet. And there are psychos out there that look for people like this to use and abuse. So, like I said, be careful what you put out there. And hey, Nancy Jennings, you just got done with yard work and this is my reward. Foodie with her legs spread. I'm sorry about that. I was not expecting that jump scare again, but I love when Scorpio Angel mashes it together. It is just a mess, though. And this lady right now is giving me early Chantal vibes, too.
Television.
And thank you all who gave super chats. I appreciate you all.
Wrecked my car last June and haven't had a car since. I work for AT&T. I am a customer service rep. So anybody who
she does a little bit more than Chantal.
Like not curse at us, because we're not to blame for all your problems. And what else is there? My fandoms include, I almost said Dawson's Creek. Yeah. Doctor Who. I also like NCIS and Wildfire and mostly obscure fandoms, but you know, there's the occasional very famous one like Heroes. I also like Lost.
This
So
had to be from a while ago. Who cares about your fandoms?
Yes, I'm still bitter 3 seasons later.
Wow.
And,
I know I say that with Sailor Moon in the background, but come on now. I ain't making on my channel about the stuff that I'm into like that.
I do photography. And
do you when you don't leave your house?
I guess that's it. Well, yes, I'm an RP addict. Hi, my name's Marissa, and I'm an RP addict.
RP is roleplay. Somebody who plays Dungeons and Dragons every Sunday with my friends, who loves just being able to use that creative energy in that way. I get liking roleplay, but if you're not actively getting out, engaging with your group or your friends, we do it online a lot now too, especially after the pandemic, so that's been a bit fun. But you still gotta get out, Heffa.
I also occasionally do insane things like walk out on my porch in the middle of a tornado watch to see what, you know, tornadoes are.
Tornadoes can still pick you up, bitch. You're not too big to get picked up by a tornado.
And if I can see one start. Yes, I am insane. I have 2 cats and a dog. My dog is sound asleep right next to me. See if I can wake him up.
They always have pets too.
Come here, come say hi. Big pain in my arse. This would be my Groodle. He's my baby. He's a pain in my neck, but I love him anyway.
Aw, poor baby.
I have 2 cats who won't come anywhere near me right now because I have Gru on me.
No, because they sense evil.
She's a black cat with a bitchy hide. And then there's Illyria, who's a Siamese cat with not a bitchy side. She's just a straight bitch.
Wow.
But most of all, I love my Groodle. He's my precious baby. And, yeah, stuff. I guess that's all for right now. Do I need to say anything else? Other than you have really stanky
You
breath?
said a couple of mouthfuls.
Yeah. I guess I will go back to watching the storms outside.
Saying a cat has a bitchy side.
If you want to see videos from those,
it doesn't help that my chat is probably full of a lot of cat moms right now too, myself included. So.
Anyway, so where was I? Oh yeah. I think I neglected to mention my biggest fandom. My saddest addiction is Buffy. Yes, give me a person I can tell you.
This had to be from a few years back. I loved me some Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The last season, not so much. I did like the series finale, though. You know, I know some people were divided on it. I liked the way they ended it. It was fine. The last season, though, was kind of eh. But I did love me some Buffy. And I got through Angel until they did that weird Cordelia sleeping with his son bullshit. I tapped out. But the fact of the matter is, if you're at home watching this much TV, you ain't getting much done for yourself, girl. Do something else besides TV. TV's fun, but in short dosage.
Tell you any quotes they gave you? Give me a quote, I can tell you what episode it's from, what was happening in that scene.
I can't.
It's even so sad as to say that if you give me a sound clip of a part of the music, I can tell you what scene it is, what's happening, and
imagine if she put all this energy into putting her life together.
I'm obsessed. I am the girl who watched A Hole in the World, the Angel episode. I think I clocked it at 200.
Not to pause again. She's the girl that most people, when they think of us geeky gamer girls, they think of this. And I'm telling you, we come in every ethnicity, we come in every shape, size, and background. And while we do I get fandom. I'm not trying to shit on fangirlness because, like I said, I watch a lot of different animes when I got time. I watch a lot of different shows that I enjoy when I get the time for it. And I'm a science fiction writer. So I get being into geeky pop culture stuff from time to time. But it can't be the only facet in your life. It's got to be some... Like, I'm sitting on a shit ton of games that I want to play. I got some for Christmas that I haven't even gotten started, really. I can't wait till I get some time to launch Baldur's Gate 3 again. There are things that I am definitely into, but they have to come at a lower priority because life still has to happen.
Something 217 times in a week. Yes, I am pathetic. I'm getting close to that with NCIS, but not so much. And I'm a Harry Potter fan.
Nope.
Okay, if I name off all my fandoms, we'll be here till the end of time.
And I'm not just saying that because of J.K. Rowling's latest fuck shit, because, good lord, that woman needs to just shut up and count her money. I was too old when the series came out in books for me. I was well into college and down in Florida, and I just didn't get into it. I knew a lot of my adult friends that did, but it never interested me. Now, my mom was super heavy into the movies, and because of friction she and I had with each other, anything she was into, I just avoided like the plague. So I can honestly say, with all honesty, outside every once in a while doing one of them quizzes that they had on Twitter when it was Twitter, I didn't get that far into Harry Potter. It's not my genre. I'm a Lord of the Rings girl. No shame to my game. Star Trek, all of that kind of stuff. I just don't, I like Magic. Played Magic the Gathering for years. I played Wizards most of the time in D&D. But I just never got into Harry Potter. It's not a flex. I'm not trying to act like I'm better than those of you who are into Harry Potter. I just didn't like it, and my vibes didn't lie about J.K. Rowling, so I'm glad I never got into that series. I didn't get into Game of Thrones either, and not because I didn't like it or hate it before it come for me. I want him to finish the book series before I get into it. I'd rather read the whole collection the way he wants to write it. And so far, he hasn't done it yet, so, meh.
Doesn't know how.
I know. I hope he doesn't end it like the TV show. My friends were so mad. I had to listen to that bitch for weeks about that ending.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I didn't watch it. I don't care.
You can tell when people stop trying.
Yeah. I love Lord of the Rings Scorpio Angel. It's one of my favorites, for real. I got the big, thick hardcover book on my bookshelf, too.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Aren't You Exhausted, the podcast. I am your host, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
And today we're going to do an introduction post to a new content creator that I think would interest a lot of us here in Gorl world.
I gotta see that tattoo.
Their name is Willow Shirley, also known as A Sweet Madness on a lot of their social media, TikTok especially. They are a 47-year-old non-binary hailing from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The very same as our dear Amberlynn Reed.
Now, I don't want to misgender Sweet Madness, so I'm definitely glad Aren't You Exhausted let me know that they go by non-binary. I will try to refer to them as they, them now, because I was referring to her as a her because she does look more female presenting, and I did not know the details of how they want to be addressed. But I will say that between them saying that they're a sub and everything else, I feel like they're just throwing stuff at the wall to see what will stick. And since they don't go out and they don't really interact and socialize, how would they know what they are? Some of us understand ourselves because we get out there, we find out what we like, we experiment. But some of these people just hear shit online and like, I'll jump on that bandwagon, and then people will support me. You shouldn't do that because the truth always comes out. Look at Chantel. For how long did she try to tell the world she was bi? And now we've got sound drops of her getting angry saying, I'm not gay. But you told the world you were. I don't like these people that play around with stuff that people have to live in secret with because they know themselves. But if they release that about themselves, they could be putting their lives in danger. So I'm going to be side-eyed skeptical of A Sweet Madness's stuff, but I will respect their pronouns. And thank you, Aren't You Exhausted, for letting us know.
Willow is like, I would consider a good mix of Chantal, Amberlynn, Life by Jen, and a little bit of the disaster that is Shanny for Christ. Oh, but I want to take you guys on this introductory post.
Watch Shanny for Christ. I've heard stories.
Willow is not somebody that's widely talked about, at least in the YouTube sphere.
Nope, not yet.
I believe that they're highly talked about in the TikTok arena, as well as in subreddits. They're talked about avidly. I know that there's a subreddit that I went to specifically for information, a little bit of a background on Willow because I wasn't 100% familiar. The YouTube channel that they no longer use and the TikTok are like worlds apart as far as content is concerned, and there's a lot of gaps to fill because a lot of the content that a lot of people are having these personal feelings and reactions to takes place when they're live streaming. And of course on TikTok, these aren't saved that you can reference back to. They are just, you are either in the moment then or you miss out on them. But
and this is why, and not to interrupt, aren't you exhausted? I think Chantel wanted to really break out on TikTok too. I'm not on TikTok. I can't. I feel like I get enough distraction during the day sometimes from YouTube stuff. Plus, being almost 47, I don't want to see people dance to stupid stuff. I don't want to argue with racists. I don't want to deal with the shit I used to deal with on Twitter. So I just leave TikTok alone. It's for the youngs. That's what I say, and I mean it. Youngins, y'all can have Twitter and TikTok. I'm good. But the fact that she goes live because she knows it won't be archived, now that so many eyes are starting to fall upon her, we're going to be seeing people grabbing screens of that stuff. So I'm expecting a lot more doozy stuff to get put out there. And the hubby, who's a little bit younger than me, and I like to tease him about that, has a TikTok. So if I need to go on his to see what the heck is going on with her, I will take that for the team, but I really don't want to TikTok myself. And hey, Grandma Spud Bud, it's good to see you. Hi, Seven Deadly Chins. SH, is good to see you too, dear. I just don't understand how these people go on social media doing the stuff they do, but I'm so glad for creators like Aren't You Exhausted that can help me break this down.
Willow started out on social media probably about 17 years ago, at least going based off of their YouTube channel. The content went back 17 years. They started out posting like clips of their favorite shows, and then they recorded storms coming in, tornadoes, just bad storms, because they have interest in weather. They claim to be a witch. From the information that I've gathered from the subreddits,
but I should put it on.
They live in a home provided by their adoptive mother. They are not close with any of their family. They live assisted by a health aide for their mobility because, I mean, they're basically immobile. They are either seated on their couch for a majority of their streams, or they're on their scooter. They have a mobility scooter that they use for everything else.
Wow.
The mobility aid or the health aid that they have does everything for them that they would need that they're not able to do physically.
Wow.
So I'm sure that they do the grocery shopping for them, or at least help with the grocery shopping for them. They do their household stuff and probably anything help-wise needed in any of the other areas. So much like what Becky was doing for Amberlynn in 2019.
Yep. Poor Becky.
But there's a lot of controversy surrounding this content creator because of the situations that they put their aides in. Some of which have been very bad situations here recently, with showing their aide's underage daughter and then recording the aide without consent when the aide said that they did not want to be recorded. There's also been times in the past, I guess, where issues with their health aide became a bigger issue and kind of snowballed into charges needing to be filed. There was a court case held for a protective order. So I will have it blurred out of the court case file that I share, the docket, and I will have it blurred out of any other information just because I don't think that's fair to them, especially if they're not associated with
Granny Noodles
anymore. I just don't think that's fair to them. But it's a docket. Obviously, if you really want to see it, it's probably not that hard to access the actual docket. But in my own way of telling of this information, I will blur out information that I don't feel comfortable sharing.
It's appreciated.
So just going forward with that. But yeah, they are known. Willow is definitely not well liked on the internet for the fact that they are constantly begging for money and things, not to mention that they have all of these side businesses like Unique, a makeup pyramid scheme almost, and a couple other stay-at-home mom type Facebook businesses on the side, as well as the fact that they promote things for TikTok Shop, and with getting those promotion or with doing those promotional things for TikTok, they get those items for free. So they are putting themselves in a situation where they are a hoarder. I would say that they're a hoarder, and they have an issue with keeping their environment uncluttered, which if you are immobile and you need...
Let me interrupt. Aren't you exhausted for just a moment? Y'all know, and you've seen it on the Fit Bong, you've seen it when we moved in, I don't like clutter. I cannot stand dirt or filth. It's been drilled into me as a child not to let your house get a certain way either. I do not understand these people that need to keep clutter. It's already bad enough because we're trying to move a lot of the boxes that we have in the garage in here and go through them. Even that drives me nuts because it's like, it's taking up too much space. We've got to dedicate more days to getting through the stuff we moved up here. And we will, but it's not like box mounting at Foodies or cosmetic and other product mounting like we're probably going to see in Willow's. I will give ALR just a little bit of credit outside the way she keeps a fridge from time to time. At least her space looks neat and clean. And that's probably one of the few nice things I can say about her, as she currently lies about having a girlfriend. I don't understand these people who are home all day, every day, and can't keep that place clean. That's a peeve for me. That's a deep peeve.
Accessible areas and having to maneuver with a mobility scooter, you would think you would want a less cluttered home.
That 7 deadly chins. I cannot.
Willow lives in a world where more is more, and
I showed it last week too, Jay Denise. Her asking for $2,000 to go see a birth mom. It was crazy.
This has also led to issues with people having problems with their pet care. Willow at this moment in time has 7 cats and 1 dog. They did have another elderly dog, but they passed away, I think, a year and a half ago. To my knowledge, I don't...
One more moment. I love my fur babies. We got Maximus Kitty, who mostly stay in the barn. Callie, who's in and out now because cats like to socialize, and she has a lot of fun now with the barn cats, and she won't leave our property. So we've been letting her explore a lot more, and it's been a lot of fun for her. But I can't imagine having 7 inside like that with probably no stimulation. She wants to call them bitchy. No, cats need to roam around. They need to explore. They need to be entertained, and they definitely like to socialize. So for her to say that the cat's being bitchy, no, they don't like the smell and they're probably not feeding them enough. I don't understand why Willow has that many. And then to have dogs on top of it, or 1 dog now that the other one passed, rested over the Rainbow Bridge baby. Okay.
Don't know if they have gotten any of their cats fixed from then. I would think so. I think it was an issue during one of the live streams where somebody probably helped pay to get all of their cats taken care of, at least from a vet standpoint. But still, if you are somebody that suffers with immobility and you have to depend on an aid for your day-to-day, I don't think it is a wise decision to take on that many animals. Yes, 1, possibly 2, I would be okay with. I think that's manageable. But you are expecting somebody else to take care of these animals for you because you're unable to.
And cats like
another issue that a lot of people have with Willow is the fact that they're very nasty to people. and very entitled.
She can't be.
And
Hi,
very...
Callie.
I'm going to make something abundantly clear.
Sizzle, pork.
I will say what I want on my TikTok. I will do what I want on my TikTok. If I want to talk about needing something,
very defiant for
no,
a
I'm not asking you to buy it for me. I'm simply talking about needing it. If I say I need to figure out something to do for dinner, I'm simply talking about needing to figure out something to do for dinner. I just had surgery on my hand. Offhanded comment about me needing to figure out what the hell I'm going to do for dinner. Because I cannot cook at the moment. So you know what? Don't tell me to stop talking about something. You don't like what the hell I'm talking
I'm going to pause really quick again. Yeah, you have every right to put what you want on the internet. If you're a content creator, if you're on any medium, it's your right. You're not above critique. What don't these lolcows understand about that? Everybody that puts themselves out there is subject to some kind of critique. Whether people like you, whether they don't like you, it is the way of the world. But to sit there and think that you're not allowed to be talked bad about when you're sitting there talking about, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just had hand surgery. I don't know what I'm going to eat. When you knew you were begging people and people had the right to say, hey, you could boil some ramen noodles. You could eat. You don't need full dexterity to make some of the food that you probably have hoarded in your house. Get all the way the fuck out of here.
about? Then don't watch my stuff.
That's another thing. Foodie does this shit. ALR does this shit. I believe Glitter Lady, who I haven't liked her since that video of her just fucking with mannequins, does that shit. If people didn't watch you, you would be whining about that. Be happy that people watch you, whether they like what you put out there or not. Stop acting smug.
Plain and simple. It's very easy. I don't expect anything from anybody.
Yeah, say that.
I am just talking on my TikTok. My TikTok. I will discuss what I want on here. I will post what I want on here. I don't care what you think.
Simona, who's stopping you?
If you are triggered by this post, then it's aimed at you.
Ma'am, seriously. Who's triggered? You. You're the one doing this. If you were unbothered, you wouldn't have that angry sourpuss face rocking right now. But you wouldn't feel the need to address this so hard. Stop it.
If this was not something you said to me, then don't worry about it.
Wow.
But let me again repeat, I will post whatever I want on here. Stop telling me what I can and can't post. You are not the boss of me.
Well,
they can be very condescending. I will post a video after this, letting you guys know the full length of their health history. I guess
I already
that's what
showed
call
it last week.
Their ailments.
It's a doozy.
So you guys can get a grasp on what all they've been diagnosed with. Allegedly. And also, I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. This is another person that thinks that their lipedema, lymphedema, etc., is what's keeping them fat or making them fat, as opposed to their diet. Yeah, and saying otherwise just infuriates them. I'm
gonna try and do this in 3 minutes. I make no guarantees if I can accomplish that.
We'll go over it again because it's a doozy.
Okay, so here we go. I have chronic migraines. I have sleep apnea, osteoarthritis in both knees, lymphedema, lipedema. I had breast cancer. They don't know if the cancer has spread because they're really not going to look for trouble since I'm showing no symptoms and my tumor count is low. I have bursitis in both shoulders. I have no disc between my C6 vertebrae, which leads to loss of feeling in my right hand on a regular basis. I also have carpal tunnel in my right arm. They say that I'm starting to get carpal tunnel in my left arm.
I have. Did I say lipedema?
Yes, you did.
Lipedema. Weak ankles, obviously, and
that's 10 so far.
I know I'm forgetting something. But that's just to name a few things. That's just the main
10
major
issues
things.
are
I'm also diabetic, but
11.
that is super well managed for my weight, surprisingly enough. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have all the things that somebody of my weight should have because my weight is not based off of, or I've not gained weight from overeating. I've gained weight from lymphedema. And
no,
so it's
you gain weight from being sedentary and eating.
Overeating.
Let's say this. A lot of us are big girls. No shame to our game. Some of us are mobile, some of us aren't. But to act like you are big because of lymphedema, when I know I gain weight when I don't exercise and I eat too much. I know most of us understand the basic biology of that. When you put food in you and you do not expend it properly, it tends to store. And because we're not meant to store as much, it expands. It expands under our skin. It makes fat pockets. That's why you could tell when somebody who is our sizes, because I was probably her size once, what it looks like. The fact that she is trying to say it's her lipedema is why she's never going to change. You got to stop blaming stuff when it's what you put in you. For reals.
Did I overeat as a child? Yes. But as I started to get older, that changed. And a lot of people just don't understand that just because somebody is overweight, it's not because they eat a lot.
Yes, it is.
But having said that, that's the majority of my issues.
I say that
like
as a
I said, I know I'm
yes,
forgetting something, but it is what it is. And so, yeah.
They don't like being talked about. They don't like people questioning their motives for things or theorizing why they're doing and saying things. They don't like being told that they're a scammer. They don't like being told that they're an e-beggar.
I wanted to make another quick video because...
Let me pause this really quick because I need to make it known right now. Being on the internet for as long as I have been, I've been called plenty of things out my face and probably shit I deserve because I could be mean sometimes. I don't know shit in my game. If it don't press you, you don't make videos about it. So that's why I say these log cows give people what they want. It's like sweet manna to their soul to know that they get under your skin. And because they don't have a life, they don't get out, all their lives revolve around being sedentary, eating and watching other creative stuff, they get really mad when they get called out. And if you've been out in the world, like a lot of us have been, you realize that who cares?
I think a lot of people on here who judge me, not the ones who are awesome and follow me and treat me with respect. I'm talking about the people
respect is earned,
who
like
judge me for whatever reasons.
It ain't just given, honey.
Are theirs. I think a lot of you think I'm stupid, that I don't know how to research or how to check into things.
Google ain't
I think you all think that I'm just going to cower in a corner and cry.
Probably cry on the screen.
If you take matters into your own hands. I'm not stupid. I know how to do research. I know how to find people based off of email.
Is this her way of threatening? Who doesn't know how to find people? I mean, the internet's full of places you can find out stuff about people. But why would you need to do that? Is that supposed to be a threat? What are you going to do? Sit there and give people's address because you sure ain't showing up to their house. You can't move. Like, stop trying to be a Billy Badass, honey, because it ain't working.
Email addresses and names.
Oh.
And if you think that I'm even the least bit incapable of finding out who lives on my street, You are dumber than I think. Somebody sent yet another email to my mother. I'm going to stress this again. My mother doesn't need to be contacted. She doesn't control me. She doesn't have a say in my life.
But wasn't
So
she
you
whining
contacting
last
her
week about needing
is only
to
hurting
get money
her.
to see her mother?
And I will not stand for my mother being hurt.
Okay.
We may not always get along, but I do love her, and I will protect her. Stop emailing her. I do have the capability of figuring out who lives on my street. So saying you are my neighbor and that you've spoken to my next door neighbors, no, you haven't. Because I've asked them. None of them have spoken to you.
Can you imagine her riding up on a mobility scooter accusing you of emailing her mother angrily? Because you know she didn't calmly talk to her neighbors about this. Or their neighbors, sorry, I'm getting the pronouns mixed up again. The fact that they think they're intimidating is what's flipping me the fuck out. Why does it matter if your mom's getting emails? They can ignore those things too. Like, it isn't that fucking pressing. Maybe it's just me. I got sociopath brain. I admit to that. So, for me, if I don't care for it, I just don't acknowledge it.
Nor would they have a need to. My house is the cleanest it's been in 15 years.
You ever have a lie take you out?
But my house was never really dirty to begin with.
Did it.
Cluttered, yes. Dirty, no.
Cluttered is dirty.
Worry about yourself.
Oh, you hear the cat in the background?
My animals are well taken care of. They are well fed.
Don't believe
I don't need your help. I don't need
And
your...
that's the thing with the girls. Just feeding them isn't well taken care of. You need to make sure they're getting their vet appointments. You need to make sure their fur is brushed and they're clean. You need to make sure they get enough stimulation and exercise. Fucking A with the whole they're fed well. You're fed well. It doesn't mean your life is going good, heifer. The heck?
Concern.
Oh, she's making me
You
mad.
may have my mother snowed, believing that you are caring, but you're not. Stop contacting my mother. All you're doing is upsetting her, and I will not stand for that.
These are all things that enrage them, and they will go out of their way to take your comment if you leave one criticizing anything like that, and they will make a video about you to try to one-up you.
I hope she's done.
In the
like
end,
Foodie.
it doesn't come off
Come at me, bitch.
as well as they
I got some
would
words
hope
for you
it
too.
would.
Hey, Bippa.
But they have a lot of people supporting them in their TikTok videos, though. I think it's like 50-50. People
Everybody
supportive
has
and then people
supporters.
like, why are
I'm
you
not
doing this?
hating
But
on
I
the
think they do a
supporters,
good
but-
deal of deleting and blocking people that have any criticism of the content that they're putting out. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? I feel like there's so much, but I don't want to make this too long. I'm already at 12 minutes. And then when I add in the videos, it's going to be probably close to 20, 25, 30. So I want to try to
You're
keep
good,
this
girl.
as introductory as possible. And then from here, we can react to so many videos. They're short, luckily, so we may be able to do a few of them in one reaction as opposed to just doing one, or on the off chance that we catch a live stream. That'll be great to kind of see them in the wild
In their
of it all,
habitat.
not pre-recorded. We want the wild. I look forward to sharing more of this person with y'all and kind of having a discussion on what they're doing. Sharing it all with you. But thank you guys for taking the time to watch. I hope this was a good introduction to them.
It was
and
very
hopefully this
good.
is someone that you guys want to invest some time into. There's a lot of lore. Feel free to leave comments down below if you think that I missed something or misread something or mishypothesized something, speculated something, because I'm still learning about them as well. I've watched a good deal of their videos, but like there's so much There's so much. They post every day. There's so much. But we'll go from there. Until next time, see you guys on the next one.
Thank you so much.
I am making this video while Ashley is here so she can hear what I'm saying. Somebody brought to my attention last night that they feel that I'm asking too much of Ashley, that I don't do enough for myself. What a lot of you all don't know, and what I haven't gone into great detail about, and yes, I know I don't have to explain myself, but I'm going to. What I haven't gone into great detail about is I have a massive wound on the back of one of my legs. Every time I get up, every time I move, the bandage
piano music playing in my brain again.
The bandage gets compromised. I had to think about the word. So we have been through, in 2 weeks' time, probably 2 months worth of bandaging supplies, because we have been trying to rebandage this, and to the point where it has literally ripped my leg open. What? And last night, the reason I left instead of just going to the bathroom and coming back is because it ripped so much that when I went to pull the bandage off, there was so much blood, it was everywhere. This is why I don't move around much right now, because when I move, it damages the bandaging and my leg. And we're trying to promote healing, not more damage. So I'm aware that I ask a lot of Ashley. She knows that I know that I ask too much of her. And she constantly tells me not to worry about it. But I do anyway. I'm aware. But in order to promote healing, I have to quit damaging it further. So I have to be careful about the amount of movement I do with that leg. Really? And you can say I'm making excuses, and I really don't give two craps what you say. But
sure you don't.
I want you to hear it from me and from Ashley. I know I'm asking too much of her. And this is the response I get.
It's nobody's fucking business what you ask of me. If it's too much, I'll tell you. But as far as everybody else is concerned, they need to mind their own fucking household.
Ashley,
and when they say that you won't tell me
because I know you're doing the Lord's work, dealing with her foopers and stuff. So I don't want to shit on you because home health attendants do really hard work. I've never had to have one, thank God, but I do watch a lot on My 600 Pound Life. Those who don't have like partners that do that home health attendant shit. She puts it online. So it is everybody's business. If she didn't want it to be our business, she wouldn't put it online. So let's get that really clear. Because that argument gets on my fucking nerves, and so many of these log cows do that shit. Oh, it's nobody's business. So then why are you putting it online? Because if you didn't want it to be our business, you wouldn't have put it out there. Point blank, period.
Need a roof over your head?
That's bullshit. I'm very outspoken, I promise.
So there you've heard.
Whatever.
Hey guys, I am sorry I never came back last night. I kind of crashed, which, you know, duh. It happens. When I say I'm going to come back, I don't come back half the time. Why am I so thin? Anyway.
Wow. Aren't you exhausted? I am loving the fact that you're real. You're putting in all the effort to watch this, because I'm telling you, if your head didn't hurt from half the stuff you had to ingest, you're better than me. That was Aren't You Exhausted? Please consider giving them a follow. Definitely give them a like. I am definitely going to watch them more because I think they will cover Willow in a way that I can take them in. I'm just like shocked though, the levels of delusion a lot of these girls have. Oh, it's not what I put into me. It's not the fact that I can't move. I have lipedema and lymphedema. Yeah, it's from overeating. No, it can't be that. I have a leg wound that I tear open and bleed all over the place. I just crash. Yeah, from the sugar and carbs you put. No, I don't put. No, oh, my vascular osmosis. like I said, is somebody who is super morbidly obese. And I don't say this for ass pats because I'm still not where I need to be yet. Who is in the morbidly obese range now. Who has the scars and shit to bear. All the stuff that I did to myself for the years. I say it all the time. Unless you're ready to own the shit you do to yourself, you will never be ready to fully take on your weight. You can't go blaming outside factors for the shit that you do, and you've got to recognize what you're putting in you. And you've got to move, even if it's hard at first. Even if you got to do it with a walker or a cane. The more mobile you are, the better it is for your circulatory system, your heart, your mind. My creative process a lot of Axiom came from when I lived in Durham and I was walking kiddo to school, and then I would go up the hill and down the hill. It was at least 20 minutes to start, and I got it up to a full hour until that lady that was next to me kept wanting to walk with me. Didn't understand that I liked to walk with music and wanted to tell me her love problems. Then I started avoiding her for a bit. When I say that exercise really does help your insides, even when you don't look it outside, I'm not just spitting illogical facts. It is meant to keep our energies going properly. And the fact that she sits there for real saying that. But we're going to get to some fun because I really, really need it. I need a bit of a palate cleanser. And this is one of my favorites. So let me get this loaded up. And we got another musical one that I'm going to load up. Thanks to Tragically for hitting me up with that one. I think she knows what I'm talking about because she sent it to my phone and I loved it. So we're going to start with a little bit of a rap bop from Hannibal. And if you haven't followed Hannibal, please do. They have amazing panels, amazing lives, and they are just fun. I laugh so hard. In fact, when I was in the hospital in December, he set off my heart monitors making me laugh that hard. They are amazing. And this bop just gets me in a better mood every time I hear it. It's Foodie based, so it's funny.
I just want to be honest with you guys for like once. And like, here it is. I'm not gonna do what I say I'm gonna do with the whole resolution thing. I want to fit in, okay? I'm just over it. I just want to be honest with you. It was a lie, okay? I'm gonna walk every day. That is a lie. I'm gonna throw my snacks away. That is a lie. I quit my resolution, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. I'm gonna quit junk food. That is a lie.
Look at that triple burger.
Get a gym membership too. That is a lie.
She lasted 2 minutes, y'all.
I'm still a chunky guy, and I know why.
Wow, man.
Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. I'm gonna eat more plants. That is a lie. Gonna go jog with my aunt. That is a lie. She lives like 20 miles away. I'm gonna sit on my sofa, and I know why. Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. I'm gonna lose some weight. That is a lie.
She's lucky that didn't give.
Gonna work out every day. That is a lie.
I work out 5 days a week.
I ain't done a single push-up, and I know why. Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. I don't like chocolate cake. That is a lie. I don't even know how to bake. That is a lie. I make sweets like Martha Stewart, and I know why. Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. I'ma stop being late for work. That is a lie. Gonna work so hard that it hurts. That is a lie. Spent 2 hours in the bathroom, and I know why. Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. I'ma start saving my cash. That is a lie.
She broke.
Gonna make my money last. That is a lie. spent all my funds in fast food, and I know why. Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. I'ma stop smoking weed. That is a lie. Gonna throw out every seed. That is a lie. I'm high as the cost of living, and I know why. Yeah, because it's a lie. Because it's a lie. Because it's a lie.
My eyes have been a bit red, I swear. To know the truth. Like, if I don't have to tell you if I'm smoking or what I'm doing if I don't want to, you know? So if you want to be butthurt over that lie of me saying no, that I'm not smoking because I don't want anyone to know, then be mad.
Ain't nobody mad, Heffa, but I sure do love that jam. And then we've got this next one here that Tragically Delicious sent me. Oh, let me pause it, get it transitioned over, because this was so well done that I'm just gonna let y'all listen to it. Like I said, I know some people ain't that in the country, but I love me some Dolly. So when I heard this the other day, Tragic sent me the text, and I was like, girl, this is good. So I'm definitely gonna feature it. It's through Two-Tailed Caperer, and it sounds amazing. Two-Tailed Caper, oh my God.
By the way, Anashi, let me tell you why it's amazing, okay? They have a chicken patty, which is all white breast meat, never any hard things in it. Never grizzled, just perfect meat, okay, guys? Then it's fried to crisp perfection and dipped in...
I can't listen to her talk about that sandwich. That was brilliant. And like I've been telling people, I've been trying to work with One Salty Beach on the parody. I think we both came up with something fun. She thinks she can't hit the vocal range, but I think she can. So be on the lookout. We got a little bit of fun collab coming up where she is going to do a song that I wrote the lyrics for, and I am looking forward to what she does with it, because I had so much fun writing it out. But we are going to move on to somebody I think is probably the real for body positivity. Let me pause that for a moment, though, to bring up a little bit of...
I was walking through the forest of...
Okay, Leslie Hall, hold on. This is Leslie Hall. I seen her on World's Dumbest once, and I wasn't sure what to make of her. But the lady, and this is 11 years ago, but I love this video. She is the epitome of, I'm just here to have fun on these internet streets. And this video just reminds me of what Foodie could have did if she had some talent. So we're going to fire up Tight Pants and Body Rolls by Leslie Hall. She is amazingly funny. And this is what I would watch on Twitter if you wanted somebody who is actually body positive. Not the girls who like to complain and eat a bunch of calories.
I was walking through the forest of moccasin bread when I saw a troll boy wearing tight pants. I want to own them, but can you even dance in those pants? What, Trey woman? They made him move like a vessel of shimmy, all sweet and tender like a tiny baby kitty. I need to get some, put my body in them, then I will rule the land. Is that an angel, baby? No, that's his dance moves. My lady honey brews, feed me lots of jumbo juice. Call me Lady Tiger, but I never eat my young. My legs in those pants a dream. When I would move, I'd scream. Watch out for my body rolls. Watch out for my body rolls. High kicks. This is how we do. Watch out for my body rolls. Watch out for my body rolls. High kicks. This is how we do. I beg that boy to make me some. Gotta dance like that where I come from. Grab a partner, form a line. Cut and stitch and make them shine. Work that elastic, it's looking fantastic. Please stitch them pretty, cause my body can't handle it. It's just the power of the lycra, it tickles my tiger. Let me get inside of them and stretch. And tell yourself, you're a vessel of shimmy and activate your dance floor kitty. When I place my legs in a cage of spandex, I dance like hell to release the madness. Watch my feet pound holes in plywood. Watch my hips crush plates of baked goods. Watch out for my body rolls. Watch out for my body rolls. High kicks. This is how we do it. Watch out for my body rolls. Watch out for my body rolls. High kicks. This is how we do it. 'Twas the last switch on the final scene. He placed onto me. My leg hairs quivered and screamed. I know I needed them more than ever, but then he looked at my legs and said, never. I was already wearing tight pants. I just did not activate them. Wow. Body roll, high kick. This is how we do it. What you sound, break it down. Body roll, high kick. You activate in the I'm a dance floor tiger lady, pumping everything she has, touching every single lad, rubbing every lady flat. Work that dance floor, they may vote you mayor jazz. One day have a plaque that says she wore the tightest of pants. Watch out for my body rolls, watch out for my body rolls. High kicks, this is how we do it. Watch out for my body rolls, watch out for my body rolls. High kicks, this is how we do it.
That was awesome. Leslie Hall is the epitome of what big girls on YouTube that love their life and have fun should be about. Foodie could never, LR could never, Willow could never. There are some of us big bitches that are out there doing the thing, and this is what I love to see on YouTube. Even though it's a few years back, and I hope Leslie is still out there kicking and showing them body rolls. But we are going to wrap things up with one of my favorite, absolute, and you can already hear it, favorite creators out there for animation. I started on YouTube watching animated shorts and speed art painters and people who do artwork. So when Dank Fupa came into our lives, she became a blessing for real. I enjoy her content, and I wanted to have gotten to this last week, but we were running close to time. I had to get out with the in-laws. I didn't want to keep my mother-in-law waiting with the YouTube stuff because they still don't even understand the YouTube stuff. But I have a little bit more time. We're going to wrap things up with Dank Fupa's 90 Day the Other Way to break up. And I really hope that if you're not following them, that you do after this, because they're brilliant for real. I love their melody. She is amazing and talented.
Previously on 90 Dank Fiancé.
Dank.
Hi, I live just down the hall from you. My name is Rana. I noticed that you're here a lot by yourself.
I don't know what you think you saw, but it was just pistachios. Look at everything horrible I've done, and I've only been banned once.
Wow.
Chantal, all I ever wanted was to go to Canada. Take me with you.
No.
Wow.
Hi, my name is Foodie the Beauty, and I've been living here in Kuwait for the last year and a half on a tourist visa. I might be evading my taxes and bankruptcies back in Canada, but I've built such a wonderful life here with my handsomest husband and pet family. The food is so fresh and creamy, and the weather is absolutely beautiful 2 months out of the year. I never leave my apartment, but when you're beautiful like me, people wait on you hand and foot.
Wow. Oh.
I love that people think I'm exotic and traveled. I'm basically a Middle Eastern princess. Unfortunately, I have to leave Kuwait because they won't give me any more visas. I'm honestly ready to go back to Canada because it's almost Nashville hot chicken season there. Burger King is the only god I worship anyway. I still wear this hijab because my hair is a little splotchy, but it's still healthier than all of my haters' hair combined.
Nope. I can tell you, no it's not. And mine is curled up right now.
Excuse me.
What Dewey?
I'm gonna miss you, Julia. Mommy will always love you no matter what. Even though I never got you fixed and I can't afford to feed you anymore, I'll always think about how cute you were for the camera. You were better than my other cat that got stolen from me.
You leave BBJ's name out your dirty mouth.
Salah! That damn cat scratched me again!
You stupid, worthless woman beast. I hate you. First, you stole me off the street. Then, you made me snuggle with your stinking, fishy odor. And I'm a cat. I'm supposed to like tuna, but I don't like barracuda. And now you're abandoning me here? Well, I'm glad you're leaving, because I prefer father over you anyways. I mean, he's a fucking weirdo, but at least he cleans out the litter box regularly. I mean, we all know you can't bend down and do it, even if he does clean it with his tongue.
Ugh.
The good news is, I know for a fact I'll outlive you. I've got 9 lives, you're barely hanging on to 1. Good luck qualifying for the apartment with your credit history, bitch. Meow.
Get it, Julia?
What the hell, Salah? Did you hear me yell for you in the other room?
Of course I did.
Brioche,
Everyone in whole neighborhood probably heard your screeching. What you need? I'm busy cleaning apartment. Since Chantal moved to Kuwait,
Sugar
she bring
baby.
nothing but trouble for me. She promised to take me to Canada, but instead, she just ruined my life and make me miserable. I lose many friends, girlfriends, and jobs since she come here. I'm ready to have fresh start and never have to smell her dank fupa ever again.
What the hell are you doing anyway, Salah? I didn't even know you knew how to clean. You always tell me it's my job, because I'm a woman.
Someone come and stay here after you leave. I work very, very hard to find replacement. It took me 3 days and nights, but I convinced her to come take care of me, so I won't have to get job.
What the fuck, Salah? You think you can replace me? You'll never meet anyone else with a YouTube plaque. After all this time, you're just gonna throw me away? Like we didn't spend a beautiful 1.5 years together?
Chantal, we're not married. We had contract. You cannot pay and your visa not get renewed. You need to accept that it's just not meant to be. Maybe you can bring me to Canada once you're settled. I go get car. I have ingrown toenail again, so you need to bring down your own suitcases.
Wow.
Ow, what the? Oh, hey, Miriam. I was so worried I had offended you after our, pistachio incident the other week. I bought you a little gift. I hope you like it. This book really helped me find peace when I reverted a few years ago.
What is this? Islam for dummies? I bet I know more about Islam than you do. Plus, I'm leaving for Canada right now, so I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want from now on anyway.
Okay.
He's looking at his phone.
Okay, well, I guess this is it. I'll probably never see you again.
Yeah, great. It's time we both move on with our lives.
Salah, you were supposed to love me forever. When we first met on Tinder, you told me we were soulmates. I can't believe you're giving up on us so soon. I promised you I would change, and I still can. Can I tell everyone that we're still married at least?
Yeah, sure. Just as long as you send me bank transfer every month.
Wow.
Just don't tell anyone we fucked that one time in Thailand.
Oh no!
Bye, I guess.
Oh my god. Oh, Thailand broke them for reals. And that might have been why.
It worked out perfectly because I plan to drop off Chantal when I pick up new lady at airport. Unfortunately, she never show up though.
Oh no. Wow, that side profile.
Hi, I'm a famous YouTuber, and I'm finally going home to Canada. I really need a full aisle since my sciatica pain is flaring up. Plus, my foot started turning green the other day. Are there any special treatments you can give me?
Hello, Miss Saralt. It looks like your flight is completely booked. You should have planned ahead and purchased additional seats if you knew in advance that you needed the extra space. I can place you next to the restroom, though, if you think you're going to have any issues.
What do I look like to you? I don't want to smell the bathroom for 17 hours. I can barely handle the smell of my own farts.
Oh,
but yeah,
Lord.
if you could switch me, that would be great.
Exactly, Pix, I love that.
Please, God, or the universe, or Burger King, or whatever. Please don't let anyone sit next to me.
Hi, that's my seat right there. Would you mind moving your bag?
Can you see if they have any extra seats somewhere else? I'm a big, beautiful married woman and I need my space.
I specifically chose an aisle seat since I need to make frequent trips to the restroom. I need to sit here.
Well, fine. But you're gonna regret it. Hey waitress, do you have any sandwiches that have bacon on them? I'm really craving some thick, juicy pork meat. Also, Can I have some of those little free bottles of wine?
I'm sorry, but all we have to offer are vegetarian sandwiches with vegan cream cheese. The bottles of wine are only complimentary for those sitting in business or first class. I can bring you a menu if you'd like to see the prices.
Fine. Bring me 5 of those creamy sandwiches, and I'll take 2 bottles of wine, and you can put it on his tab since he's sitting too close to me.
Miss, this is an airplane, not a bar.
I'll pay for her wine. Maybe it'll help her sleep, or at least stop her from wiggling for a little bit.
I can't help the fact that my fupa takes up so much space. Allah made me this way.
Here you are.
Oh dear, I've been sober for 25 years. When I get home, my wife is going to think I've been around the town, drinking my work trip away.
Well, maybe if you scooted over and gave me some room, I would be able to put your tray table down. Scooch.
I'm sorry, but I'm as far over as I can possibly go. I'm only taking up 1/4 of my assigned seat.
Waitress, can you escort this guy off the plane already?
Oh, Lord. She done brought down the plane. Wow.
The lady supposed to replace Chantal never show up at airport. She say her family see Chantal online and think I'm scammer. I'm not scammer, I just don't like working.
Wow.
At least Chantal leave doll here to keep me company. Plus I do have business where I make product myself. Don't bother me. I'm making product. It's delicate process.
Oh, good Lord. Kia.
Salah won't answer his phone. I bet if I go live, that'll get his attention.
The wheel.
All right, so yeah, I'm back in Canada, and I'm here to Beeze. Hi, KDW. Hi, Jimmy Bunker.
Jimmy Bunker. Wow.
I gotta get this story out before I answer all your questions. So yeah, the plane flight was so bad I can never travel again. I mean, I can travel again, because I can get visas for whatever country I want. Shut up! I am married! I'm a married woman! No, Salah and I didn't break up. We're just doing long distance. Anyway, this guy next to me kept spilling wine and burping and farting all over me the whole flight home. And the stupid cream cheese sandwiches made me shit myself. The girl in front of me passed out from the smell and they let her get off the plane first. Why couldn't they let me off the plane first? I had to sit in my own shit for 12 hours.
Oh, Lord.
I have pretty privilege. Then they forgot my Nashville chicken tenders. Those motherfuckers. So,
pretty much
yeah, I gotta get an apartment here now. I just couldn't stand the heat in Kuwait. That's the only reason I'm moving back here. Next time on 90 Dink Fiancé.
Hi, Chantal.
Canada is too expensive for a Gorl like me. Do you think Salah would take me back?
Oh, Chantal. I'm the wrong person for you to ask. You know how I feel about him, and you know how I feel about you being in Kuwait.
Pete's? He's my soulmate. If I can't have him, no one can.
Oh.
Chantal, you know you've got to pay your taxes and you still have all those bankruptcies. They might try and stop you at the border if you aren't careful.
Cartoon Pete's.
Don't worry about me, Pete's. I've got to go save my marriage so I can prove to the haters that I'm more loved than they are. I just hope the Germans don't give me any more evil cream cheese sandwiches on the way back.
I hope they give you all of them. That was Dank Fupa. Because I joined memberships, they do a thing early. Hopefully, we'll be getting part 2 soon, but I want to give it a few days, let people actually watch it directly. But hopefully, I direct more traffic towards their work because they are amazing. And thank you all for sitting in this week. Like I said, because we've got a big bulk order of the books coming, I've postponed the giveaways for a few weeks. And I will get back to them as soon as we get things printed and shipped here. And then I'm going to start drawing names again and giving out books. I appreciate you all so much for getting me over 3K followers. And unlike the Heffa who likes to take, I definitely like to give. Thank you so much for sitting through Willow. Thank you for Aren't You Exhausted, for editing down her nonsense, especially her laundry list of ailments. Thank you, Scorpio Angel, 31 Frames, Jade Speculation Station, Hannibal for bringing the fun, Leslie Hall, and why am I forgetting the name of the Trolleen? I'll get their names too. They're all linked in the show notes, but I'm going to wrap this up. Go check on the kiddo because hubby should be working. Technically, he's in training right now, so he can slack off a bit more, but he should be working. I don't want him getting in trouble. But I will see you all next Saturday for another fun time. Thank you all so much. I'm not sure who's playing Pete. I think she takes a lot of their voices and puts them through digital AI, but they are very talented, and I am looking forward to the next one from Dank Fupa. But I've already made this goodbye long enough. I hope you all have a great week.